weather is in y'all neck of the woods, but it's chill. It's chill down here. It was in the
Yeah,
high 70s today, man.
it
I
was.
Mhm.
needed that in my life.
Man,
It,
it's like
it
86
was,
out here.
man. Yeah,
Shoot,
but
no
it's all good,
AC for the last 4 days.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
man. This weather's weird, man. It's like it was 75, I think, today, 75, 76.
Mm.
Today.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, good weather, man. I'm not complaining. It was good.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Not at
I'm
all.
inside. I'm inside anyhow, so it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, like I
Oh
stack
yeah.
still over the weekends. That's like, yo, I can't hear what you're saying. My air conditioner's still blowing.
Absolutely.
I understand that. Look.
Be
Mm.
going,
For real.
going outside.
For real. Get
Mhm.
that.
You
Mhm.
got
Yo,
Feel you.
fellas, we are back in the building. We got a different lineup tonight, man. Like the good thing about us, man, we got a different lineup, man. We can go the big lineup, we can post you up, or we can go with the small lineup and just give you straight outside buckets. Or man, we can just go with the shooter lineup and just shoot nothing but threes, man. It's up to you.
I'm
Mhm.
going
We can give
versatile,
that
Oh,
man.
Golden State
hey,
lineup.
hey, hey, Sean, they call that the death lineup. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? We don't have Merv on here, so everybody want to get a chance to talk. So I'm saying, so you good money, man. Like, what more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? What more can you ask for,
You just
man?
gonna throw
We gonna
Merv
try
under
to
the
hold it down
bus
tonight.
like that?
I
Man,
know,
forget-
bro.
yeah, man.
Mm.
Merv, aka Paco, man. That's his name, Paco, man. He like somebody named Paco. Merv,
No,
Paco D.
no, we gotta give him a different name. You know what I mean, for real, you know, it's a real Paco here in Philly, man. It's my guy, man.
It is.
You know
Come
what I
on,
mean?
man.
You know.
Yo, Stacks ain't even feeling that right now, man. We not gonna do it.
Mark starting early.
Start
Straight
early.
up.
Instead of,
No,
instead of
I'm
counting,
start.
But
Hey man,
Mark right
I'm
though.
starting with your. Yo, listen. When he said Paco, I'm starting with Stack Shirt. Nah, like nah, we not
Man,
calling him that. Nah.
Man, Mark has been disrespectful all day today, man. All the day,
Uh,
man, I've been working, but
I-
I've seen that shit, man.
hey,
dude.
listen. I was just following Jada's lead. I'm sorry because he was disrespectful last night, so the disrespect continued today. My bad. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yo,
Yes.
hey,
My
you
bad.
don't
Sorry
want to
about
bust
that.
that bag open, bucket. I got a lot to say about last night, bro.
Mm.
I'm like,
About
why?
last
Oh,
night.
goodness.
I can't wait.
I'm like, why is dude
I've been
so
waiting on this.
disrespectful?
I've been
Man.
You
waiting
know
on
what I
this.
mean? So, man,
I've been waiting on
fellas,
this.
we got a good show lineup tonight, man. We're gonna do like the a tribute show to last night's massacre. I mean, versus.
Mhm.
We're going to get into that bag. I'm not going to go into it earlier because I want us to really give our attention to it.
Mhm.
So, and I got some shots I'm going to throw at Mark Ways, so I'm just going to get that out there early that y'all know. But before we get into it, man, we do have a guest that we're going to bring on tonight. We have a good brother, man, who actually had a chance to listen to some of his music over the past couple of weeks. He's representing the Blast Music Group as well, man. I told you guys about this guy a couple of weeks ago, and I told you he gave me some early Drake vibes, man. When Drake was in that zone,
Wow.
when he first came out, he had that zone, man. He was just zoning out, and I really dig what this guy was doing. I had a chance to talk to this brother about a week ago, man. Had about a good 30-minute conversation. Our first time talking, man. We had a really good conversation, man, about music, about life. It was just really, really good stuff, man. I really dig this kid. I told Stacks, man, about 3 weeks ago, I said, man, I listened to this kid music, and he's giving me some good vibes. Because remember back in 2003, 2004, music was kind of transitioning into a different realm. You had Drake that was coming out strong. Jamie Foxx was coming out strong. Music was just a little bit different in that area. And this guy gave me some vibes like that, man. His name is Elijah Rosario. And he's going to bless us tonight by coming on. We're going to, let's pick his brain. We also have Nick J, who's going to come on and lead the interview with Elijah because she had an opportunity to listen to some of his music as well. And Nick is also part of the family, man. So let's go ahead and bring on Nick real quick, man. Let's bring Nick to the stage. Nicole J, Nick Johnson out of
Okay, you didn't you don't have to do the whole government. Like let's start over.
Okay.
No government name. No government name.
Okay.
Hey, I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. My bad, Nicole. I mean, Nick, Yorktown's finest.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
I'm actually
All right, Nick.
listen. I'm actually going to York this weekend. Unfortunately, we had someone pass in my family, so I'll be down in York. But I'm gonna get a shirt for you. What size do you wear?
Extra medium. That's what he wears.
Yo, relax, Stacks. Yo, was that a bobcat in your lap?
My bad.
Nick got a bobcat.
Huh, a cat.
No, he's not a bobcat. Merv done called him a raccoon.
Is that a
No,
lynx?
my sweet.
I thought it was a lynx. Yo, so, Nick, how you feeling out there tonight, man? How you feeling out there?
Tired. I enjoyed the verses.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they might have forgotten that a large percentage of their fans are middle-aged
Yeah.
and work regular
Mhm.
jobs. So it was getting to be 10:30. I was like, "Ooh, when they coming out?"
Yeah.
Well, worth the wait.
It was touchy. But we kept up. We stayed up. Even Mark stayed up for like 1:30 sending text messages to us. So
No. Those are Mark's regular hours. Remember the 2 a.m. booty calls and shit. That's his time.
Those are Mark's prime office hours.
I forgot. That's slime hour right there.
Honey. He's like the opposite of Big Red. Big Red's opposite hour. Big Red's office hours are 9 to 5. His are like 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning, slime hours.
Wow, 3 hours.
He proud of that shit too.
He's proud of it.
And then go right to work. I don't know how I do that.
Hey,
seriously, it's crazy.
Good for you.
Mm.
You must take good vitamins or something.
You know what I mean? Shoot, Doc say the immune system right, so I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? No COVID, good.
Indeed. So guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm about to bring Elijah Rosario on the show real quick. Nick is going to lead the interview, and let's just vibe out. Mark, you want to go out, right? Bring it back in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Take me out.
All right, cool.
All right.
So let's go, fellas. Stacks, you got it? You got Mark? I got it.
Oh, I'm saving it.
Elijah.
Oh, baby.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yo.
You want to say hello?
Bobby in the building. Tierra in the building.
Okay, come say hello.
You got the little one.
Daughter. Yeah, it's my daughter, Catalina.
Hey.
Hi, Catalina.
Catalina's a cutie. Okay.
Hi.
She is. Oh.
Thank you.
And she's saying, hey, welcome to the
Does
Guys
she
Podcast.
sing?
Yeah, she's saying hey. She wanted to wait.
No, does she sing?
Kind
Like
of
singing
sort
little
of
songs at preschool and stuff. Baby Shark. I was doing that with my niece.
You on mute, Elijah.
You on mute.
Okay,
All right, you got him.
Cool. Yeah, I had to take my headset out so that way, like, I could hear what she's doing and I can hear everybody.
Yeah, we can hear you good, brother. We can hear you good.
Awesome.
Yo, man, thank you so much for hopping on tonight. I know you and I had a good conversation about a week ago. Had a chance to listen to some of the music. I appreciate you blessing me with some of those exclusive tracks. I shared it with my family out here. And we really just want to get to know you, man, and get everybody out there who's listening or who's watching to get to know who Elijah Rosario is. I told these guys about 3 weeks ago that you were coming, man. I was like, yo, this kid is coming. He's coming. And I really enjoyed just listening to you, man. And just our conversation last week was really, really good, man. But I don't want to hoard you for myself. I want to share you with the family that we have out there, all of our listeners, everyone who rocks with us. And I'm going to kick it over to Nick because Nick had a chance to listen to your music as well. And Nick is like our unofficial interviewer when it comes to music and artists. So I want to kick it over to Nick and let Nick start us off.
Well, hello. So first off, I want to tell you that my favorite song is Unorthodox to Being. Like, I really, really felt that one. I liked all the music, but that one I really vibed with.
Thank you. The whole project. Which song off that project?
Wait. Well, then what's? Oh, shucks. Focus popping.
Focus popping. Yeah. That's that was a lot of people's favorite off of that project. I released that. That was like my first like EP coming back into music. I took like a 2.5 year break, and so coming back into, you know, I was like, I want to like introduce, you know, myself as someone who has range, who doesn't, you know, just stick to this one type of style. And for the longest, a lot of people try to push me towards the trap soul route. But I don't know, like those Latin roots. I think it had a lot to do with my wife, like she's Honduran. So I tried to, you know, she helped me, she encouraged me to bring my Latin roots out more, especially with the music. So Focus Poppin' was that first test, I would say, of doing that.
What are your Latin roots?
Puerto Rican.
Oh, Boricua. Okay.
My grandfather's from San Juan. And so like, you know, growing up in the South, I didn't really like know anything about, you know, that side of my heritage, just because I was raised around a lot of good old boys. So, you know, I just didn't get that privilege of just knowing, you know, true diversity. You know, as I was raised to accept so many walks of life, I was just never put around it. So I would say probably like recently, like, you know, being with her and being with my new family, my in-laws, like I've really been able to embrace the culture. It's embraced me back.
That's wonderful.
The food is lit. You know,
the
food is amazing. The quality time that I get to spend, man, I it's just so much. It's so peaceful. Like family is a big deal in the Spanish culture, and it's like the Black culture. You know, it's like Black culture. Like we got so much in common. You know, and there's so much that we love to do. That's so much of the same. So I just love the fact that it's not too different, but it's a completely different thing when it comes to like culture stuff. So I love that.
So like,
that's
I have a question.
Thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's a dope thing, because as you go on that journey, your listeners are able to kind of join you on that journey. You know what I mean? Because baby, how old are you? I'm
27.
Yeah, so you know, I'm 42 and I'm still getting to know aspects of myself. So as you go on that, you know what I mean? Like it's an ever, you know, it's an ongoing process. So that's the beautiful thing, that you're able to express that in your music, you know, in different ways.
Thank you.
And we'll be able to be on that journey with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. I'm excited for people to hear the new music that's coming. Like I said, it's been a nice little it's been a 3-year journey of me being consistent. And that's what I've been aiming for mostly, is just consistency, like, and doing it at my own pace, but just trying to keep up with the times, honestly.
Indeed.
I have a quick question for Elijah.
Yes.
I had the opportunity to listen to some of your music in limited capacity, and me as I was an inspiring vocalist at a younger age. So I really respect what you're doing. The quality's outstanding. I just wanted to ask something. Did you ever have the opportunity to go down there to Puerto Rico, San Juan?
No, not yet. The closest I've been to any island is Miami. That's about it for me.
Gotcha. The reason I'm asking, because I had the opportunity when I was in the military to we had a layover in San Juan for about a week when we deployed to Haiti, and man, they get it. And there's some partying. You're absolutely correct about that family aspect of it, man. They really go hard for each other, and the food and the partying is just. I mean, I ain't the party age no more, but I know when I was that age, you know, down there in San Juan, man, they get it in.
You know, I gotta tell you, man, like you know, like I said, my wife's Honduran, so like whenever we got together over Christmas at her grandma's house, like it's like a big tradition. Her grandmother's house on her dad's side of the family, like everybody links up at grandma's, right? Man, when I tell you, we're just up having a great time. Everything is so genuine, and everything is also like from a pure place. Like they want you to eat, they want you to drink, they want you to go smoke a cigar if you do that, right?
So welcoming. I mean,
they want the kids to play and go home tired, right? You know what I mean? Like they want all of these things to happen. And everybody's while there's families leaving, there's people pulling up. While there's families leaving, there's people pulling up. I'm like, man, it's like 1 a.m. Like people still pulling up to the party because they know what's going to go on. And my wife was telling me, she was like, oh yeah, she was like, In Honduras, we celebrate holidays for like 7 days. Like we go to sleep
Yeah,
drinking.
because it's Christmas, New Year's, and Three Kings Day.
Yeah, it's they do that like it's nothing over there. So it's like, man, you know, it's an amazing time though. I love it.
Les, I have a question for you, man.
Yeah.
What music inspires you? What inspires you to write? What inspires you to really sing, man?
Hi, baby.
Okay. You answering the questions for me? All right. Cool.
She said her. She said she the inspiration.
Yeah, she's the inspiration. No, her having a family of my own now definitely inspires me more to write. What I write about, I pull it from different places of my life. Like, you know, I've gone down some really hard roads just within myself, mentally and spiritually, and also physically. And I've also seen like a lot of God's grace in my life. I come from a church background, so there are things that I've seen that I couldn't even explain to people and expect for it to make sense, you know?
Absolutely.
So I pull from all of those moments, and I find ways to curate stories that are digestible. But I would say like the Who mainly has got me into music was it was actually a really good friend of mine. I was just around singing in high school to get girls. My brother was like, yeah, you know, sing some songs people know. So I was singing John Legend and Jamie Foxx back. You know, when Jamie, you know, when he dropped his when he dropped his Grammy Award when it was Unpredictable, right?
Unpredictable. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I knew like every song like the back of my hand off that album at a point in time. If you can play it for me today, I could probably like go track for track now still if you play it for me. And the John Legend, I listened to a lot of that. So I would sing that like on the bus and stuff just to get girls' attention. And one of my great friends today, like he was like, hey man, I got this song. You know, I've heard you sing. You know, I heard that you sing. You know, come through and let's record. And it was the first time I recorded, like, and never heard my voice on anything, right? Any process or anything. And I was like, wow. I was like, that's me. And I don't know. I never had nobody else introduce me to that after he left, because he ended up going to Bahrain. His dad was in the military, so he had to go with them. And I didn't have anybody really to sit me down and say, let's record. So I guess the only thing that kept me close to even doing anything like musically was writing. You know, like I was sitting up here, started off just writing poetry, just free writing. And then I tried haiku, and then I tried all the other different ways of poetry writing. And I said, let me try to write a song. And, 2000, what year was that? 2012. I made like some songs, and I ain't like them, but you know, that's not the point. You know, I was trying to discover something about myself, like challenge myself to do something I never did before. So yeah, I would say shout out to Ian Whiteside, man, for giving me that first opportunity to hear myself.
Indeed. I want to play a snippet of the joint, man, because this was the one that caught my attention. I'm hoping everybody can hear this.
That's the one I heard too, and that
has a sexy ass beat.
That's the me.
Yeah.
I love that song, man. I love that song. I sent that song to Stacks, and I said, man, this song give me those vibes, man, of that 04, 05 era, man, when it was like music was like intentional. It wasn't it really wasn't microwave music, you know. And Elijah, when you and I spoke last week, man, I was telling you, I said, man, I love your sound. I love the process that you go through with music, because you're very meticulous with your music. And I just want to play one more snippet because I want people to understand that this song is my favorite. I'm gonna drop it on the page tonight so everyone can dig it. But if that don't get you going, can y'all hear it good?
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, like I can actually hear that really well.
I love that joint, man.
It's a sexy song. Like you can dance. Like it's a sexy song, but you can, you know, but it, like you want to dance to it.
Right. Yeah. Very sultry. Very sultry. And now you're talking about the Caribbean side of it. I can hear that influence in that song, because you and I didn't talk about your background that deep. We kind of kept it very, you know, very isolated because we didn't want to start potting with
Yeah,
talking.
honestly, man, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
When, we talked, like, I was so exhausted, man. It was a day at work, and I was stressing out about this show that I'm putting together. So it was like a day. So when Troy hit me, and I was like, "Oh shoot, that's right. I am supposed to talk to Sean today." And I was like, "Let me not cancel." It was like, "Let me still like be present in the conversation." But musical conversations are the way to keep me going. Like if we're talking about, like when you start talking about music and not just like talk about Jay-Z or you know what I'm saying, or Nas, like I don't not surface level, like we're really like going in depth and we start talking about the psychology of things and why in 2004 music was so more impactful, and then like you kind of get to feel that again in 2008, 2009, 2010 era when OVO with Drake started making his presence known to the world. Like you could feel the nostalgia on a Bria's interlude. You could feel the nostalgia on the whole So Far Gone mixtape. Like there was an influence of legendary people, not just from Houston, but from wherever he's lived. When he went to Atlanta, like he spoke on these things. Like the impact and the influences were there, and I think it's so dope when I hear music today that shows that there's an influence that is timeless, not just like you say, just microwavable music. Like we get too much of that now, but it's always refreshing when I hear somebody who just sounds like they've been pointed in the right direction of the right catalogs. Like it's like, yes, go study those people, understand what their intentions were. Like this is what my dad made me do. Like without me realizing, he was prepping me and sharpening my skills as an artist. He was just music. Like I listened to OJ's, Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, like Supremes. I grew up listening to all of that, and I just love. That's why when you recognize the nostalgia, I'm like, man, that's all I grew up listening to was just old timeless music. That was it. Like music that's never going to go nowhere. And the music I'm naming is like 60 years old. We in 2021 right now. 60 Nobody's listening to that no more.
Absolutely.
So when I read your bio, that's when I saw that you were from Durham, which I know nothing about Durham. Okay. So that's one. If you can, like, I'm northern. I'm a Northie. Okay. So, but also, North Carolina is like home to like two of my favorite. Now you was back in the day, but a little bit further. Anthony Hamilton, who has like a voice out of this world, and Fonte. Like Fonte is he's like a dope rapper, but he also is like a dope vocalist.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know he was a vocalist, but I knew a rapper. He's fire. Didn't know he was a vocalist though.
What's the name of his group? Real quick, Stacks. You should know this. Fonte. The group that he's in.
He's talking about Little Brother.
Not little. Yeah, Little
That's
Brother.
The rap group. That's the rap group. That's the rap group. This is embarrassing. We should know this. We should all know this. Hold on, I'm Googling.
Yeah, I'm lost too.
Because Fonte is part the foreign exchange.
Yes.
The foreign exchange.
Yeah.
Yes. He sings with that, and he also has like a really he sings and raps on that album with Eric Roberson.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Tigolero. That's a dope album too. So yeah, get into your NC bag. Do people from North Carolina say NC?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not from North Carolina originally, so I can't really speak on what North Carolinians say all the time. But yes, NC is still one of those things. Yeah.
Okay, where are you from originally?
Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. So,
wow.
So you just country?
Yes, I am. I'm a proud son. Heck yeah. Without the practices of certain things and typical way of thinking. Yes, but I am.
If anybody feel you, I feel you.
Definitely Stack.
Yeah, Stacks is probably the one person on here that's more country than you.
Where you from, Stacks?
South Carolina.
Georgetown to be specific.
A place called Georgetown. It's south of Myrtle Beach, in between Myrtle Beach and Charleston.
What's
it's small, you know. What's up?
Yeah, very small. The first slave was landed in Georgetown.
Hey, Sean, why you playing?
My bad.
That's an absolute fact. But we ain't gonna get into all that.
That's a fact.
No, that's actually true.
In Georgetown, yeah.
The first slave found themselves in Georgetown, and established a colony.
Enslaved people.
Yeah.
Yes. And started and had a colony.
Like we're talking about Georgetown, like
1619. What's up?
Talking about Georgetown, like the DMV area, Georgetown.
No. The city. There's a city in South Carolina on the coast named Georgetown.
Oh, I've never heard of it. Wow.
You haven't?
I would have thought you would have said like one of the first enslaved people would have stepped foot like somewhere in Florida.
Oh no.
That's what
Before 1619. I forgot the year, but yeah, there's been that they found that first enslaved people that showed up to these United States showed up in Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Yep. Well,
I did not know that.
Yeah. That's wow.
You can tell by Marvin's broken dialect. Yes, it is definitely in the DNA. No, I'm just kidding. But Elijah, man, one of my last questions for you, bro. When are we going to get some music, man? When are we going to get the LP or the EP? When is that going to drop, man?
Man, I actually got a whole album dropping next month.
All right.
I'm working on it now for a year, probably like 4 months now. And we just finished all the recordings. We're actually I got to go master with my engineer tonight. And it's a pop album where, you know, we're segueing over into the pop R&B lane. And and with R&B, like one of the things like I was mentioning earlier is people try to push me towards pop. So people try to push me towards like, oh, doing an actual like R&B. And the truth is like, I'm not a vocalist. I tell people that I start telling people that now. I'm like, I'm not a vocalist. I'm a singer, but that doesn't mean I come up here and I'm not gonna croon because you asked me to croon. Like that's not what I do. Like I try to find ways to make my voice continue to remain unique, but do things the way I want to do it and be confident in saying it. And my dad used to tell me this all the time. He said like, you're not a songstress, or you're not a person who like like that. You're more like you got style when you do things, like you got a certain style. So it's like start calling yourself a song stylist. And I was like, that sounds but it actually sounds like it would make sense in today's world.
Yeah.
Like, it was like people would have looked at you like, what is a song stylist? But now you can get away with it and say, yeah, I'm more of a song stylist. So I'm gonna use his word and go at that. More of a song stylist. Yeah, it's a pop R&B pop album. I'm excited. I can't wait for it to drop, man. It's got a lot of great, honest music. Let me say that, a lot of great, honest music, and I just can't wait to give it to everybody, man.
Man, we can't wait to get it, man. We definitely need some exclusives, man, so we can share that with the people, man. And we need your commitment to come back and talk about the album once you release it, man. Kind of give us a run through the album.
I'd love to.
Let me tell you something. When I don't know why, and I know this is probably going to sound very, very strange, but when I was listening to your music earlier, I was manifesting something. I don't mean to like freak y'all out, but I said, you know what we don't? If like one day, if like Sean is like, yo, we about to get that exclusive, you know what I mean? From you, you know, like you like a, you know, you have like your album out, you know, you have all your streams up and everything. And Sean is like the go-to person, you know, on the podcasting tip. This is, so I put it out into the atmosphere for y'all.
Wow. Yeah. I love I love that. I'm all for it. I can definitely, I'll send you over. I gotta send my manager his, the whole album when we're done. I'll send you a zip file, and
please,
you guys can all listen to it. You know,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's talk about it. Let's
absolutely. Let's do the exclusive, man. We're going to commit to it right now. We're going to do the exclusive. We're going to walk us through the tracks, and we're going to take our time and let it breathe. We're going to play the tracks, play some snippets of the tracks so people can get to feel it, and hopefully we can help push the album sales. I only get a 3% of the cut. That's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that offline. We'll talk about that offline. I was saying,
we can talk about that. We'll talk about the splits and everything later.
I'm gonna send you a Hot 16 bar on a remix joint. So
no, he don't.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding, brother. Man, I wish you the best. I wish you the best, Elijah. Like I told you before, man, you're a solid guy. Like you mentioned, we were talking last week. I was cooking. We were talking, and you were just getting in, and we were just really just vibing out, man. Yeah. And I really appreciate just the humble spirit that you have, man, and just the hunger that you have for music, and just giving us an opportunity to really kick it with you, man, and vibe out with you. We're definitely going to be supporters of your music and your movement. We're definitely going to share your music to those who rock with us as well, and get your name out there, man, and continue to help to promote who you are and that you're coming. Because I really, like I told these guys, I told Stats and Bob, I told them behind the scenes, said, man, this guy is coming. This guy's going to make it. He's going to hit hard. And I'm looking forward to that LP, bro. I'm really looking forward to it, man.
If I can interrupt Sean, because he's like, I appreciate his energy. I really love that you explore different lanes. Like you have mentioned before, the trap soul thing. I heard like you singing on a trap beat, but then the next, you doing like the kind of like, the Caribbean thing. Now you tapping into like a pop R&B thing. So that's super dope. Like don't let nobody put you in a box or a corner or whatever. Like it's working. You know what I mean? Like your music is dope.
Thank you. Well, I really want to be able to understand music as much as possible, so I can write with other artists and write for other artists. And like I love writing. Like I'm a writer first, and I love the studio first before anything else. The performance, the merch, the interviews, everything like that is just like it's the fun part, outside of the real fun, and that's like making the art itself. And so that's the part I enjoy the most, fulfills me and challenges me the most. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys, share with everybody that's been rocking me for a long time. I had some people hit me with a throwback post the other day on like an EP that dropped like 2015. I was like, damn, that's a throwback. Like, I was like, geez, man. I was like, it was a nice refresher to kind of see sonically, lyrically, vocally how far this all came together. So
Indeed. Well, brother, we're looking forward to it. We're definitely looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Y'all see the link that stays on posted. Go check Elijah out.
Please.
Got it up there.
Yeah, man. Check it out.
Got the link out there. Go check it out.
Put it on the page.
Yep, definitely. Go out there, support it. Watch for some of the drops. Elijah did share some music with me last week. I wanted to interview first and then drop the music. So we're looking for the drops later on tonight as well. So Elijah, you have us in your corner, bro. Go out there and make things happen, and we'll see you again soon.
Appreciate you guys, man. This was awesome.
Absolutely, homie. Salute, my dude.
Yep. Take care. And bye, Catalina.
Say bye. All right.
Say bye.
There you go.
All right, man. Be blessed.
All right, man.
Let's get Mark back. Mark, you ready?
Hold on, wait for Mark, because you don't know what you might put up on the screen with Mark, man.
Mark, get that chick out of here, man. You can't do that, right? Jesus Christ.
Yep, man. My bad. I was just looking at cars, man. You know what I'm saying? On a hump for one of them old schools, man.
We don't want to get clipped, man.
Right.
Nah, man. I was like, man, I was like, yeah. Well, first thing I was playing some Jadakiss all day. Them and Styles P. I was playing it all day, so I was just like, wait a minute, let me cut that off before y'all pull me back in. I ain't want to get the show clipped before we had a chance to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So, fellas, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's get into what we here for tonight, man.
I'll be one of the fellas tonight. I'll be a fella tonight.
And ladies, man,
I was actually gonna put on my Timbs and a fitted, but I said okay,
No, we'll follow the bandana for the night. Yeah, just relax a little bit.
Man.
Yo, first of all, man, the big winners of last night was New York, is it not? New York hip hop. Is that not okay? there was some anxiety moments, so we'll get into all of that as well. Stacks, man. Yo,
But that's New York, though. That's New York.
let's start from the beginning, man, and work our way down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's start with the DJ, man. The whack DJ.
Let's start with that.
Fire.
Let's start with
Fire.
that.
Yo, hold up.
I'm trying to tell you, and people was complaining about the DJ. I'm seeing this and
Mainly
oh
Sean.
well, he playing too much Jay-Z. He playing this and play.
No.
Shut the hell up. That
agree.
DJ
killing
had
it.
all them songs rocking. See,
Yep.
I don't care what you play as long as you got the crowd rocking. That is the
Yep.
DJ's job. The
Mhm.
DJ's job is to rock the crowd.
The crowd was not rocking at all.
Yo, listen, no,
Come on.
no, that's
No, son, we
bullshit.
ain't doing that tonight.
That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't
Because I'm
doing
like,
that.
yo, I'm gonna say like
We
this.
ain't
This
doing
fool,
that. We ain't doing that tonight, son.
no, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No.
Because I'm like, man, Young
Yeah.
Me Free, he had some Hove in there. Then he played some Red Cafe. I ain't heard from Red Cafe in a
Yeah.
minute. I'm like, yo,
Neither
he
did
threw him on there. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, man, then he reached down south, had some Future in there. I'm like, man, this DJ
Yo.
Young Me Free had that shit rocking. Get the
Listen here.
man.
When
He had that shit rock.
anytime you play Future in Madison Square Garden at a versus with Dipset and the Locks, you lost. That's a loss, right?
That's not a loss.
No.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
lost
They
me at
flashed the
Soulja Boy.
crowd. You know what I mean?
That's
They
what
flashed
they
the
had the
crowd.
whole crowd rocking. Had the
Yo,
whole crowd
man.
rocking.
When you play,
Yeah.
look.
Do
when
people
you
not
play
like the party?
Wag-
Do people
when you
not like,
play-
you know what I mean, the move?
Mark, when you play Soldier Boy, hop up out the bed, get my swag on. When you play that in Madison Square Garden,
No,
come on, man.
Yo,
I
I'm trying to tell you, yo, listen.
No, that was
I
Dipset
thought-
DJ. That wasn't the
I
Lock
thought
DJ.
the-
You gotta remember that.
And Snake on. They kicked him off. You know that, right? They pulled him when he played that record. They pulled him.
Why would I don't understand why the Dipset DJ played fucking
That was dumb.
Soldier Boy. Like why? Like
That was crazy.
this is a
That was
New York
crazy.
crowd.
I'm gonna say like this: the DJ's job is to get the crowd moving. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It
And
wasn't
yo.
20,000 people with wife beaters on and Tim's on. That wasn't
Yeah.
the crowd last night.
No,
You know what I mean? That wasn't the crowd last night. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I know that's what you wanted the crowd to be, but that wasn't the crowd last night.
Mark,
It wasn't.
Mark, they
agree with
pulled
that.
the guy when he played that Soldier Boy song. They pulled him. They got him.
People
up.
no.
love to be
No,
in
Well,
that crowd.
I mean,
No, listen. It was two different DJs. It was the first
Right,
DJ.
it was two different DJs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the person who did
The
person
Locks
who
DJ
basically
was
played
on point.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
The one who played the Soldier Boy thing, that was the
yeah, I don't
And
I don't
that
know
should've
what that
been-
boy was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
that should have been like a precursor in terms of what happened to Diplomats the rest of the day. Legit.
Right.
Yeah.
But
But I'm
Yeah,
but
because
I'm
he didn't
gonna
even
say
have,
like
oh,
this.
I don't want to get ahead.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
go
like
ahead.
this. Look, that you know what I mean, well, the first boy, you know what I mean, the first DJ, right?
Thank
I'm
you,
like,
Mo.
he had the crowd, he had the
Thank you,
crowd
Mo.
going.
Thank
He had
you,
the crowd
Mo.
going.
Thank you. When you have a versus like this, you have two groups from New
Yeah.
York. You are in Madison
Mhm.
Square Garden.
Mhm.
You got to read the room. You
To your
don't
brother Mark.
listen. That's your brother.
And
Mark.
not and playing Jay-Z, who's from New York,
Mark.
by the way. You know what I
that's
mean?
your
That's a
OG.
bad idea. That's
Mark,
a bad
your
idea,
OG.
right?
In New York.
Mark, that's
That
your
ain't what
OG
he's
saying
saying.
this. That's your OG saying this, Mark. Your OG, Elmore.
Yeah, he's saying it.
Yeah.
No, Mark.
No, he said the Dipset DJ. He said the
Yeah,
Dipset
that's
DJ.
what he's saying.
He
That's
said
what
he
Take
should have
Time
stayed
saying.
all NY, meaning like
Right.
leave the Soldier Boy shit in alone.
Right.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
wasn't
no, Mark
for
agreed with
last
that.
night.
I didn't
Elmo.
like
That
no,
wasn't for
but
last
I
night.
didn't I
There was
didn't
a
like
few songs that he played that was like,
look, I didn't like, you know what I mean, for
Right.
what people was knocking that he was playing Jay-Z like Jay-Z ain't from New York.
No.
Like, no, you're supposed to play Jay. He from New York.
That was the Locks DJ though. That was the Locks DJ.
Oh,
The other
okay.
guy didn't.
All right.
That was the Locks DJ. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
all right. So I should ignore the clowns on my timeline. You know what I mean? That got
Mhm.
mad about
Yeah,
them
yeah,
playing Jay-Z. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, don't worry about
You know what I
them.
mean?
You should.
For real,
You
yeah.
really should.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry
Okay.
about
The
them.
Locks DJ
All
was
right.
gonna play on the whole joint. The
When
Dipset
I-
DJ was the worst.
when PSA from the Black album came out, I thought the roof was gonna blow up the place, man. The energy when they played PSA. Sean, I know you don't like this, but I know everybody noticed it when that song. Hey man,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I saw, man.
I'm
Right or
gonna
wrong.
say like this. Well, the
keep going.
first DJ, I like the first DJ. He was cool.
Mhm.
I was bang. I banged with him.
He
Yo.
favored. He
Technician.
It was DJ Technician. Yeah.
Yeah,
Technician.
okay.
Look, he didn't do bad. I'm not saying he did bad. I'm just saying that when you are in, you only have a small amount of time to play as many records as you can, right?
Yo,
And like my Wiz say, she support the kid. As she said, like he was on Rockefeller's payroll because he played a lot of Rockefeller stuff, and I get it. Trust me,
when he played this guy, when he played Warning, that whole crowd rocked. That whole crowd rocked that song.
But Tayson, I get it. But again, you are in Madison Square Garden. If you don't play,
can I ask you something? So if he would have played Nas 4 times, would you have been happy?
It would have made sense. But
of course it would have.
It would have. Stacks, look, he did not play one Wu-Tang song.
You know what? There we go.
He did not play one Wu-Tang
That's our answer. We got our answer right there.
He didn't play one Wu-Tang song. How are you a DJ? You're at Madison Square Garden and you don't play one Wu-Tang song.
What? Okay. Well, if we're gonna go there, as far as bangers, I mean, of course, stuff to get the crowd moving, like Mark said. Okay, that means he should have played Triumph, definitely, right?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think of other things that crowd movers.
Sure, she has a ghost. He could have played Tony My Time. He could have played that.
He could have played that.
500. Yeah. Oh damn. Yeah.
He could have rocked. I've been to concerts when they did in New York.
I think someone's mad that they played Hoes a lot.
No, I'm not mad at. I think I was clowning Stacks about it. All I was saying was, if you're gonna play Hove, I need some good Hove. I need like premium Hove, right? I need that. He could have played 50.
Wait, just a goddamn minute. Wait.
He could have played if he would have played that G Unit. What we in here? Yo, you gotta play that.
I don't know. He didn't play 50.
He could have played 50. I don't know how, but see, the thing is,
some 50.
But I don't know, but 50 be trying to get your shit. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, but 50 try to get you clipped if you play your shit without his permission. So I'm like, man, we don't really know. Yeah, I mean, if he could have did that or not, we don't really know.
Chill.
And also, but also 50's kind of like history with both groups, though. That's another thing to take into account.
Not anymore. Like, I mean, he's beyond that. He's
50's petty enough, you know what I mean, for her to jump back in the ring with some shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that.
But if you're a DJ, read the room. I went to several concerts where the DJs did a New York set, and it was bananas. It was crazy. Like Green Lantern, I went to a couple of concerts where Green Lantern was the DJ, and he played the most amazing New York set you'll probably hear. You got to throw Kane in there. You got to throw Rakim in there. Just snippets. You don't have to play the whole record. You got to play the joints that we remember. You playing Paid in Full in Madison Square Garden? Come on, man. On the verses, you getting the crowd into it. You got to.
I was disappointed he didn't play Encore. That would have been a really good one.
Oh man,
not for that setting. You got to play gritty stuff. He didn't play Annie Up. How did not play Annie Up? But then again.
No, wait a minute. We heard Annie Up. Wait a minute. We heard Annie Up in there. Annie Up was in there.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
It was in there. I don't know which DJ played it, but I heard the song.
That was played.
They played the
original version. Busta Rhymes. He didn't play any. He didn't play Busta. He didn't play some music. I know you can't play because it get the crowd crazy. Somebody gonna get Timberland up. You gotta be careful with that.
I'm gonna say like
you would have just redid the list.
And showing, you know what I mean, that's also reading the room. You know what I mean? You don't want a bunch of fights to break out before it start. Because I'm just like, I mean, as the battle was going on, I thought it was going to lead to that, but we'll get to that later. You know what I mean?
I was nervous. I was nervous when they played Annie Up, to be perfectly honest with you.
When he said niggas got to move, but Tayson, when he said, yo, man, y'all got to move off the stage, I mean, I'm thinking like, I wouldn't be moving off no stage. I don't give a shit what they said. You know what I'm saying?
No. Look, you know how long it took them to get off that stage? They was like, come on now. We ain't moving. This is New York.
My last point is you don't play Hit 'em Up in Madison Square Garden.
That was out of line.
That was bizarre.
I'm not. Yeah, that was crazy.
I was shocked when he played that.
That was weird.
I was like,
that was weird. I was like, what are you doing?
I was like, why
if you're gonna do that, at least play Who Shot Ya. If you're gonna do that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that beat later. We'll get to that beat
later. Yeah, because
read the room, man. Read the room. But I thought the intro was not that good. I just wish it was a little bit better, in my opinion. I mean, we would
talking about the DMX intro.
No. The DJs getting everything warm up.
I didn't like the second boy. I wouldn't.
I didn't like it. Yeah. So, man, let's y'all want to go round by round? We can throw it around.
No, listen.
No, you know what?
Talking about the DJs real quick. The Dipset's DJ didn't have their intro, their coming in music pulled up. Like how the Locks came out to the It's Dark and Hell is Hot intro. Dipset came out to nothing.
But you know what though? You know what? Tell me to Nick's point.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
To Nick's point, somebody said this, right? They were just like, you know what, a Locks, you know what I mean, for still do shows, they still, tour, so you know what I mean, from time to time and things like that. And Dipset, you know what I mean, they hated on each other for years and didn't speak again. So he's like, you know what I mean, if you want to go from a chemistry standpoint, I'm like, the Dipset never really has chemistry because they always speak off and on to each other. And a lot seem like, I mean, they still good with each other, all day, every day. So that's going to be that's a difference in chemistry.
I got a question. Can I just do this real quick?
Go ahead, Tayson. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what the thing was like. We saw, and I kept saying this to people for weeks. Locks is the better group. The Diplomats are the better movement. And we saw that on full display last night. Complete full display last night who the better group was.
You know what, Tayson? I thought that the Dipset was the better movement as well. But I think the Locks reminded me that they were the better movement. Because they brought the streets. The Dipset movement is isolated, and I realized that last night. Dipset movement.
Some of their songs kind of. I think Nick, you said this. It kind of like they didn't age. Like
they didn't age. Yeah, I said that.
I was like,
well, they didn't play the right songs.
Hey,
maybe that's why they didn't play the right songs. Because I'm like, I mean, to me personally, right? Out of them, the group, Jewels, Cam, Jim Jones, right? I've said it for years. I'm like, well, Jim Jones got the best records out of all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I'm gonna say like this: you lean on Jim Jones a little more in the battle. I'm not saying you would have won. I'm just saying, but you lean on him. You lean on him a little more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, now it's other things that went wrong, you know what I mean, of why the battle went the way it went. But I'm gonna say like this, and in the first 4 songs, right? I'm only saying the first 4, right? I'm like, I had it even. I had it 2-2. No, I had it 2-2.
It wasn't even. I didn't have it even, but I had it. It wasn't like
I had it 2-2.
Like it did later.
I want to back up just a little bit because I want to hit a point as far as these introductions. We got to talk about this.
Oh yeah,
it was a really, really nice touch when Michael Buffer came out for the intro.
Yes,
I'm trying. That was dope.
Well, he is from New York.
That was some real New York. That was some real New York shit right there.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yo,
and
the house with no less than $1 million, man. Let's get that straight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta pay $1 million.
You got get. Yeah, he's 7 figures anytime you touch the stage. Anytime you touch the stage, it's 7 figures. Easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, but since we go on intro, let's start with that. I'm like, once again, I'm disappointed. No, but listen, here's the thing. I'm disappointed. Yeah, I mean, with the Dipset camera, I'm like, you're in New York. This is yummy. You said Madison Square Garden is your house, and listen, and we don't see no pink. We don't see no pink fur. Yeah. We don't see the pink fur. You in Madison Square Garden, that's your house, and we don't see the pink fur. I was like, this looks bad already. This looks bad already because I'm like, if your intro music was right, you should have came out with the pink fur and the pink New York Yankees fitted. Where is that?
I
Come
agree,
on, man, stop.
I think it would have. I think he should have at least, like when they didn't do a first half, second half, like it was out there the whole time, but. Second half, if they did a second half, he definitely should have come out. I literally was expecting the pink fur coat, to be perfectly honest with you. I was expecting.
I was too.
I was, man. I wasn't. I think
want to run a couple rounds just on that.
Yeah. I think it was bigger than what they thought it was going to be, man. What I've learned about this version.
No, I'm not even giving that. They did not expect the Locks to have that much energy, and that was solely like really.
And they had no energy. And they had
none.
But that goes at what I'm saying. Like, I think that they did not realize the magnitude of that. Think about this, fellas. Jim Jones ain't selling out Madison Square Garden at all.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Santana wasn't selling out Madison Square Garden. Cam wasn't selling out Madison Square Garden. They weren't, as a group, they never sold out Madison Square Garden. They never had an arena that large.
You know how hard it is to sell out Madison Square Garden? No, that's something everybody can't do.
Very few people can do that.
Very few people do that.
Let me transition to that. The Locks been on tour with Bad Boy. The Locks been on tour with Diddy. Their showmanship. They have been in stadiums. They have sold out. Because of the Bad Boy.
Because they went Puff. You know what I mean? Puff won't sell out.
No shit. That's what I'm saying. So they had
that's more on Puff though.
Right.
That ain't just the Locks.
It's not the Locks, but look, they're still Puff. They're still in that arena environment. So they know the magnitude of being in front of a large crowd like that, especially in Madison Square Garden. Dipset never had a stage like that. This is their first time on a stage that big. When you get on the stage that big, you become very small. And like, because you can see it. Cam is a funny guy. Cam is a funny guy. Cam has personality.
I think you're giving the Dipset like too much not. I think you're really not. I think they're lazy. I think to me it shows how lazy the Diplomats are.
Yeah, it's not that they weren't. I'm gonna say like this. Here's the thing. It's not that they weren't good. You know what I'm saying? Well, they weren't good last night. But what I'm saying is that speaks to Tayson's point. They were lazy. They didn't have any energy, right? The DJ wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man, yo, pull up my brother comment. You know what I mean? For the last comment he made. You know what I'm saying? Pull that shit up, right? You know what I mean? Dipset was known for swag. They was known for starting trends. You know what I'm saying? They did none of that last night. Come on, man. You should have been talking shit. You should have been talking shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and if I can jump in.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Go ahead, Nick.
There was a petition. Remember, there was a petition going around in the hip hop community to replace the national anthem with the Dipset anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that? Like that would have been like a dope ass little bragging point or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yo, Cam, you known for talking shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, man, you should have been like, yo, man, I'm fly out this shit. The Jewels popping, yo, y'all look like some corner store bums. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you know what I mean? That's how you supposed to talk to your opponent. You're supposed to be very disrespectful the way you talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't really do that. You know what I mean? And they were drinking too much.
Very disrespectful to them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how you're supposed to be.
Everything y'all saying,
I'm like, man, you know what I mean?
is proving my point. Everything y'all saying proving my point.
I agree. I mean,
when you get on that stage and it's pressure because Dipset, all those guys got personality and they are very prideful because they talk shit. They always been saying how they were the best movement ever. They even said they were the best thing on Rockefeller at one point. So now you got the Locks. You head to head. You in Madison Square Garden. The Locks come out there already on time.
To get ready for this.
Right, they did. Cam is lagging behind, so he's not even on stage yet. You got half of the team on stage. Cam is not even out there yet. And guess what the Locks start out with? If you hope we don't make it.
No.
It is blasting.
They went straight to disrespect. They went straight to the disrespectful track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We're gonna do it even. We gonna even bring this back. When it basically was about to start, and Cam was like, "No, look, we in New York. We going lasso heavy." And then Jada was like, "What? Nigga, you live in Miami."
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, that throws you off. Because mentally, because you can see Jim Jones kind of pacing around, looking crazy, like, "Oh man, this is a big crowd." And you see Joel Santana looking like, you can see in their face, they were like, "Man, this is getting crazy right now." You guys ain't built for that, man.
But you know what though? Yeah, I mean, I'm like, man,
show up and ride the wave off of being a diplomat.
But the thing is, it wasn't just nerves. They weren't prepared. Like,
right.
When you're not prepared to do anything, you know what I'm saying? Plus, you got that big stage. It's going to be problems. It's going to be big problems. And that's exactly what happened.
Mark, and it doesn't help that you got somebody on the other side, 1/3 of the locks that you already saw somebody. You already saw him destroy a superior MC in the previous verses. So why didn't y'all do your homework? Y'all know this man's a monster. Y'all come out there unprepared.
Man,
Dude,
I like, man, you know, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man.
your whole mood
it was
changed.
crazy.
Your whole mood changed when you played FU. When you hear that song, and they were playing it, like it got louder. Like that song was blasting. When Jada come out and say everybody's a snake, that's why I try to keep my grass cut so I can see them when they're coming and heat their ass up. What are you doing, Jada can say that?
And that's one of those Locks tracks, because you know Sheik is always lagging in the back kind of, but they all three of them spitting on that track. The first fucking track, we are the streets on that A. A lot of people say Sheik is like, he had bars on that one. I'm sorry.
Yes. And so this was the round one. And
I gave that to them. I gave that to them. Easy.
So let me reference this. The lineup that I do have tonight. This is from Pitchfork. Pitchfork is a magazine. I'm sorry. This is Parley Mag.com.
Wait a minute.
They were the first ones who put together the actual breakdown list. I went with Billboard. I didn't.
Now wait a minute. That wasn't the same magazine that was doing the Mount Rushmores, because they're trash. All right. You know what I'm saying? Just to let it be known.
Mark's face.
Right. No, Mark. That's the same mag. Shout out to those guys. They were the first ones to put up the actual the list. Normally Billboard does it, but Parley Mag, for the sake of us trying to get this ready for the show, Parley Mag had theirs up, or Parlay Mag had theirs up earlier.
But and listen, Dipset again had no energy for that song. I like I'm Ready. That was my shit. You know what I mean, for back in the day. But they had no energy for that song, and it was the wrong song to start with. That's not a start off song. That's a middle of the round type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't a good idea to start with that song. That wasn't a good idea.
I disagree a little bit.
Listen, they didn't even do the song the way it was supposed to be done. All they kept yelling was "I'm ready." I'm like, what part of the song is that? That's not even in the song, dude. Like, what is y'all doing?
Yo, Mark is mad.
They should have came out with this. They should have came out with
the energy was just, it wasn't there. I think that we all like expected more, because like we remember like the way that them tracks used to hit, and they was just so fucking flat. And it was
they didn't want to go low, man. You like Sean said, you start off with "fuck you." That kind of threw you off. Like I'm thinking when that comes on, I'm thinking, okay, what can we play to combat this? I'm ready. Just wasn't it?
And you had to know that.
I like that song.
Track, though.
You got to call Audible.
That's what I was going to say. You probably should have called Audible. But
we're not going to go with that. I'm like, yo, they could have go with "Built This City." I'm like, that's a better track. Y'all mean to start off with? They didn't even do that. They could have did that.
I don't like that. I still would have lost. Fuck you,
it would have lost. But I'm like, yo, you don't got to lose by 25 every time you step up to the plate. You know what I mean? Lose by 2, nigga. Lose by 2, not 25.
Yo, they could have put "I Really Mean It." If they would have put "I Really Mean It" against that,
that's shooting your gun too fast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say like this: when you already starting from behind, you know what I mean? Look. You better pull out some shit. You know what I mean? You can't follow the script. You know what I'm saying? When the bull already got a 5-point playoff on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
I understand both sides of it, but they wasn't gonna blow their load, man. To be perfectly honest with you, they probably could have. The only track I think, only one logical track that would have probably be "Fuck You" is playing the Dipset anthem. Damn, Elmo in my head. But that would have been too smooth,
man. I don't know why they didn't start there.
Yeah, they could have.
Be careful. Here's the thing, guys. You got to be careful doing that, because that is one of the classics. But you got to be careful, because you don't know what Locks got in their sleeve. You got to have different anthems.
So many songs though.
And we're going to get to what was in their sleeve. You know what I mean, for in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what they would have did, their energy was all fucked up. So they could have did like the most hypest shit. It wouldn't have counted anyway.
Exactly.
You know what?
That's like what Sean saying. Threw them off.
Nick, and this is why. Because he came out. This is why the energy was messed up. Look at Jewels, man.
He
Jewels
tried too hard to redo that. He tried too hard.
Yeah,
he did.
I mean, he looked very like 04, and it really looked like he stepped out of 04, like 04,
Right.
05, like seriously. Like I ain't even lying.
Yeah.
And
So
I don't know
look-
what the hell Jim had on.
I
Like
agree.
that shit was a fucking
That's all
leather sweatsuit with a chain. That was weird.
First, and they made me hot.
hold up.
They made me
And-
hot.
and
It's
Jada
it's
told-
August. You made me hot.
And Jada told you at the beginning part of this verse, he's like, "Look, I ain't losing Snow Dude with no leather pants on."
Right. He said
told you that.
Jim had.
He told
said
you
Jim
that.
His had all the
Rolex
jokes.
outfit on.
Yeah, all the jokes, man.
So
All
let's
right, go to the next round, Sean.
Let's go to round 2, man. They gave round 2 again. This
No, I gave that to Locks.
Yeah,
I gave
that
it a
Trump
lot.
music
Banned
ain't
from
called
TV?
beat banned from TV.
Nah,
I
the
think
back and forth
they-
between styles on that track is ridiculous.
They
Sorry,
gave,
I gave it to Locks. I don't care, you know what I mean, for real, if that was Nori's song, if Cameron was
No.
on it,
Mm-mm.
you know what I mean, they performed, you know what I mean, their song better than, you know what I mean, for Dipset performed their song, because Dipset didn't even wake up till round 3. I can't give them either one of the rounds, so I'm
Just
like, they didn't
say-
even wake up till round
I'm
3.
with Mark
so
on
no.
that.
And that was after they was called out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And matter of fact,
Oh,
you know what?
man.
Jada, y'all mean for like really didn't he have to do that? Like, I'm gonna let these dudes stay sleep and we'll win 20-0. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I
Right.
like he actually woke him up, y'all mean gave him a jab, like, come on, man, get back in this.
Right.
He was offended for the audience.
He was.
Round 3.
I gave Dipset this round. I gave Touch It or Not is my shit. And they performed, and he performed it well. He performed it well. I gave them that round.
Hold up.
I gave Dipset
But
that
I'm gonna
round.
I'm gonna give it up to Jada when he kept talking about being the absolute like same thing that kept playing stuff out. He was like, "You from New York, my nigga? How you not know the words? How you
Yeah.
lip syncing?
You lip
How you
syncing.
lip syncing
It
the
worked.
songs?"
But
They were
once
prepared.
again, y'all mean for they weren't prepared. They weren't ready. You know what I mean?
Yo,
But Mark, that goes to the point of Diddy, man. Diddy, one thing you can say about Diddy,
Because Diddy's a showman.
he's a showman. All of
Mhm.
his artists, they learn from him. They learn
Yep.
how to be showmen. They learn how to be prepared because he drilled that into them. They can say what they want to say about Diddy, but Diddy drills perfection into his artists.
Mhm.
Well,
Regardless.
Diddy just ain't Diddy.
Yeah, you
I mean,
hear
for
about how
real,
he
Diddy
used
just
to-
ain't good with your money. That's
Yeah.
really the only problem.
That's
He just
it.
ain't
Yeah.
good
Alright,
with
so
your
what you
money.
about to say next?
Everything else, he cool.
hold on, what you
But
about
you
to say
hear
next?
about how he used to make Usher run around the pool singing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Come
Like
on,
full
man.
speed to get him in shape and all of that to
Yeah,
get him
his lungs.
concert ready.
But
Yeah.
think about Diddy.
Mhm.
He made niggas walk the Junior's cheesecake. You know what I mean? For real, from like Connecticut. Like, of course he gets people ready. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I gave.
You know,
I gave
shout to Enes. Shout to Enes. There you go. You know what I mean?
Shout was
Did you
home.
give it 2 stacks? Did you give
I
it
gave
2?
that to the Locks. I'm biased on that track. That's one of my low key most underrated collabo tracks.
Absolutely.
The last song
Same
on
time, got it.
DMX's first track album, R.I.P. DMX. They were spitting on that song too. I can't give. I guess you can give. I guess you can give Dipset that because DMX clearly had the best verse on that track by far.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
damn, I wanted to. At last night, I was giving that to the Locks too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can get that one to I get that one to the Dipset.
I gave that to Dipset because I'm like, hey, when I think of the song, right? I'm not even lying. You know what I mean, I gotta tell y'all this. I'm rolling through. You know what I mean? System loud. It's a bunch of girls standing there, and I turn that shit up loud as shit. You know what I mean? So they know what time it is. So yeah, you know what I mean? Scumbag moment. But that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
Hold up. Mark, I understand. Mark, I understand.
Yeah, Mark can work the ass and sit on, man.
Never
I'm
miss a
home.
moment. Never miss a moment.
So Mighty
Oh my
D
God.
Block and
This
Santana
is when it
sound.
started going. This is when it started getting weird.
This
Yeah,
was
I gave this to Dipset. I gave that to
Yeah,
Dipset.
Santana's sound was nice.
I gave it. Yeah, that was like the
That
best
song right
song that
there.
they did that night. That was like their energy was actually decent. You know what I'm saying? You know, on that song. So I gave them that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now listen. Now I'm gonna use a precursor here, right? I think you know what I'm saying after round 4, right? I think the Locks, you know what I mean, went on like a 50-0 run, and they won every other round after that. You know what I'm saying? I think honestly, you know what I mean, for be honest, Dipset, I gave them 2 rounds out of 20. You know what I'm saying? I think the Locks, you know what I mean, for a win on a hell of a run. I mean, we could run through it, but I'm going to pick the Locks, you know what I mean, for the next 15 to 16 times. I'm telling you that right now. Easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Nick, who'd you get that one to, Nick? Who'd you get that one to?
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was the Locks.
Yeah.
Although I do see what you're saying, like the call out kind of energized them for like a second.
It did.
Why are y'all lip syncing and all of that?
Yeah. It did. You know, I was just like, yeah, it did.
I thought the Locks had that one. Santana's, it was cool, but again, it goes back to like I was texting y'all in the message yesterday, Stacks and Mark. I felt like some of them songs weren't aging well, man. I just didn't feel.
No, that's one of those dated songs to me.
It's dated, right?
But then today when I rewatched it, I did find myself.
I don't know. I like when Santana, you know what I mean, was
pointing to us. In the club,
I would say like this. I like when Santana, you know what I mean, was talking about the whole collection. So, you know what I mean, yes, I gave it, you know what I mean, for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, when you put the rest up, I'm going Locks the whole time. Locks,
you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Because that's when the Locks really started to slaughter them, you know what I mean, for like round 5 and on.
Can we
that was just a beating. That was a beating after that. Yeah, get to that next one. Watch
that next one. Set the tone.
Yeah, that shit was fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, come on. You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, I'm trying to tell you, Jay.
I don't think we want to play on this one, man.
Also,
he played 2 songs and got started by freestyle.
Yeah, but also,
that's when
go ahead, Sean.
That's when I knew it was about to get weird. I said, okay, this is about to get freaky right now because Cam played 2 of the joints that he considered some of his best work. Ambitions of a Rider, which was a banger.
That was nice. That was nice.
And Get 'Em Girl.
That was Tupac old work, but you know what I mean? For okay, I got you.
And Get 'Em Girl. So when you do that and Jada comes nonchalantly and beat you with a freestyle.
Let me point. Wait a minute. Let me point out something else. Let me point out something else real quick. Right there in round 5, you know what I mean? And I'm trying. I noticed this, right? And this should be the precedent for future verses to come. I'm like, Jada took, you know what I mean, for some mixtape shit and put it in the versus battle. Other MCs pay attention because I'm like, if you was nice on the mixtapes, guess what? You can introduce that shit into the battle. So I'm like, man, look, hey, Lil Wayne, if you decide to do a versus, mixtape Wayne needs to be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man.
Which reminds me of the Kiss and Fab verses because people was literally in the comments begging for Funeral Fab. They was like,
yes,
bring him out.
And he didn't do it. And he didn't do it.
And it was the DJ. And it was the
it's
DJ
hard,
again. And look, give DJ Clue his flowers too, because man, people forget the Run Clue was on back in the day. Yo.
When that beat dropped, when that beat dropped, I knew I was like, oh my god, I know why did Jada go here, man? This ain't right.
Man.
That's how I felt.
I'm trying to tell you, when that dropped, I thought of all the DJs. I'm like, man, y'all mean? I'm like, yo, I'm thinking of Green Lantern. I'm thinking of Envy. Y'all me shout the Cosmic Kev from Philly. I'm thinking of all them boys. I'm like, man, the mixtape boys can get in the verses and do some damage. You know what I'm saying? Man. So I'm just like, yo, you know.
Look, Mark, what Mike Tyson always said, everyone has a plan till they get hit. And everything y'all saying sounds great. Mo, I respect your comment, like what they should have played, what they should have countered with. But you can't think when you get hit hard. You don't know what to counter with. I'm sure the DJ, because when Kiss did that freestyle, I saw this meme popped up. Terrible. Like honestly, what do you do? Like you came and you play 2 of the bangers, some of your top music, and Kiss nonchalantly spits some freestyle with so much swagger.
Change the game. Change the game. I'm gonna say like this: like I said, if you're MC and you want to do verses, you can use your mixtape shit. Use it.
Or get Jada the A&R.
Yep. Yeah. You know what I mean? Jada knows music. Like, even when you hear him on interviews and he talks about other artists, like, he know what he's talking about. Yeah. So I'm like, he listens.
So what's next, fellas? What we got next? I don't want to mix everything up.
Okay.
This round 6,
Oh my
right?
God.
No.
This is
No,
when
we're getting
Joel's did that dumb shit falling to sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man.
No, it was still.
That's Locks.
Yeah, it was still Locks. It
Reservoir
was still Locks.
Reservoir
Yeah,
Dogs.
the antics.
Wait a minute.
just
Put it up again. Let me see the song
the
now.
beach chair.
I just want to see. I mean, with Dipset played.
Okay.
I don't
Hey,
give a
Stash, you
fuck.
get
who
comments.
you
I
are.
get the banners.
I don't give a fuck who you are. So fuck who
You know
you
what I mean?
are.
Dogs.
Now here,
Yo.
now here's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Once again, 357 is a good song, but they had no energy. They weren't
None.
prepared, and that's why it did nothing. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
care what you ask. If
Once
I did, I
again.
would have asked.
That
Yeah,
Reservoir
Styles-
Dogs, man.
Styles with Dissing Jay on Reservoir Dogs.
I don't care about your album whenever it dropped. You know what I mean? That really happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was Dissing Jay on Reservoir Dogs. Yeah.
On his own track. Huh? Okay, got it.
On his own track.
I'm trying to tell you.
Let's go to the next one.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, come on. Ain't nothing.
I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go first. You know what I mean? I got a story for this one. I'm gonna let y'all go first. I already posted it.
Hey, you get your story real quick because when that beat drop, I'm like, I don't know what Dipset gonna play, but they ain't gonna win this round.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's why I love
That song.
Exactly.
Not against that song. Nope.
Let's start with Nick. So Nick, when you heard Nick getting tapped by Lynx, Nick, when you
Like, do you see him? Like he's tripping.
He won't be in the
got
slot.
the fuck down.
I don't fuck with cats.
Yo, Nick, he won't be in the
that's all I'm
slot.
messing. I don't trust cats,
right
man.
now.
So Nick, what do you think about when you heard that 24 Hours to Live? When that joint dropped, what were your thoughts?
I mean, that is a super classic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
What do you do? Like, what do you do? Like Stack said, what do you do?
Dipset should have really lobbied to go. Were they going? They were
second.
first.
that's a song where like
second.
I mean, like everybody showed the fuck up. You
Right.
know,
Yep.
Piece to Black Rob, Piece to X, you know, Mace, the
Right.
Locks. Everybody showed the fuck up and showed out.
Right.
X
do you
really
do?
did too.
So,
Man.
Mark, what's your story, Mark?
Yo, listen. I posted a meme and Tay saw it. I know you've seen his stacks. I think I tagged you on it, right? You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones really thought he was doing something when he played the Bird Gang Money song. He really thought, you know what I mean, that was it. He really thought this I heard him right here, right? And then, you know what I mean, Jada just yelled out, "Don't nobody know that shit." I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, that, you know what I mean? Wait, what's the worst round in boxing? Like 10-7? You know what I mean? Not even 10-8, 10-7. That's when you got knocked down about like 15 times in one round, but you got it back up.
Right.
That was like a 10-7 round.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that's how crazy that was.
It was a lot of embarrassing moments.
Yeah, and then they got they have the meme, you know what I'm saying, of Jim Jones crying when Jadakiss yelled out, "Nobody know that shit." He started crying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cut it out, man.
That
I was
that's
like,
true.
oh
Out
man,
of
you could have
all
went
the
home at
Dipset
that.
songs, I
That
don't
was
remember nobody playing that Purple City Bird Gang shit.
No, we never never played that here. That got no run. That got no run here. None.
And I had that mix.
all.
You know what? It's funny because that mixtape had the joint. This is when I started like, yo, man, Dipset about to fall off because they did the remix. Y'all remember they did the remix to the Push It.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Wait a minute, say that one more time.
They did the remix to Push It. Remember that song Push It by
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Oh, good. Yeah, that was terrible. You know what I
When
mean?
he did that,
Stop.
I was like, oh
Yeah.
no.
You know what's crazy? When somebody declines, you actually know the record that starts the decline. When somebody actually declines and falls off, right? Somebody actually you might have listened to from time to time, maybe not have been a big fan of, but you listen to them, and then I mean they do a record like, ooh, they about to fall off right here. The clip is right there. The clip is right there. You know what I'm saying? That was the clip for them. You don't remake Salt and Pepper. Come on.
You don't.
I'm gonna say before we go to the next song, right? I'm gonna have to really give it up to like this particular situation. Before this is something a little bit had something to do with this about what Mace talking about Cam like a couple of years ago, talking about that Oracle.
Oh, when they had the beef.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna tell it the back. I'm looking at this little this verses, and I'm looking like, who the best all MC right now? Real Rat, all time right now. Other than Big L,
It changes
I thought it'd be
things.
Cam because
Take
after
some.
tonight,
We were on A. It changes things. I told Stacks, I said, dude, this kind of we'll talk about it later on, but this kind of changes things for us because music's supposed to be timeless. When you go up in that vault, it's supposed to take you there and make you feel like, man, I'm back there. Them joints, they weren't hitting. I'm like, oh, it's flat. It was flat. So
Right.
And then it didn't help that they were still dressed like it was back then.
right.
yeah,
Right.
And they didn't even have like the fly shit that they wore back then. They just had regular shit. You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, you know, and then you got the goodness, you know what I mean? It's taking me back some bad moments. And I seen the Diplomats Bird Gang chain or whatever, and I'm like, dang, y'all mean your man got robbed, you know what I'm saying? I remember that by True Life. You know what I mean? You remember True Life? You remember that? Yeah.
True Life, yep.
He took it.
Yep.
He did. So
All
then am I tracking right, fellas? We just did round 7.
We're 8. You got it right.
Okay, cool.
Had locks again. You know what I'm saying?
You can't play about it.
Can't play about it. Yeah, I don't even know why the fuck they played that shit.
I'm gonna say like this, right? I wasn't a big fan of when Cameron did About It in the first place because I'm like, I know it's Masterpiece song, and I know Masterpiece was in the video and he gave his blessing. Okay, cool, but I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling it then, so I wasn't gonna feel it. Years later because I know it's Masterpiece song.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was I wasn't feeling
that.
That's when you get desperate, man. That's when you reaching. You don't know what else to do.
Did they think Master P was going to come on stage with him and help him out?
Right.
I don't.
Still wouldn't help.
Right.
Still wouldn't help.
Yeah,
Stack,
you know.
That's when New York started getting a little antsy. Man, he played that, and then you follow up in round 9. So I'm a preface. I thought Dope Money won this one. In my personal opinion.
Rough Riders?
Welcome to New York. It was.
Rough Riders.
Off the energy. I mean, I think Welcome to New York City is a better song. But I mean, they did not have the energy to pull it off.
Right.
But they won that round because it was Cam and Jay, and it was Welcome to New York City. And you got to win that round if you got that song. So I get that part. I was never a big fan of that song. I thought the lyrics were on point. I just wasn't a fan of that beat. I wasn't a big fan of that beat.
I love it.
Oh, that beat is
you know what I'm saying? But they didn't pull it off.
That beat was hard to me.
Well, I'm gonna say like this. I mean, I personally really couldn't play it like back then around a lot of people because it was New York. You know what I'm saying? I can't play a Welcome to New York City and I'm in Philly. Like, no, I'm not going to do that at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, no, because seriously, you know what I'm saying? My cousins, you know what I mean? And Sean, I think you're related to my Brooklyn cousins somehow because they're Johnsons too. You know what I'm saying? And they always try to trash Philly every chance they get. So I refuse to play anything that had, you know what I mean, bigging up New York, you know what I mean, in my car. I just wasn't going to do it.
Agreed. Mark is on one tonight. So then they come back.
That shit with Kiss's speech about being outside and still living in the hood, and he don't live in Colorado, he don't live in Miami.
Jay was
I'm outside.
Yeah.
Man.
Then they flash to Fat Joe's face.
Yeah, that hurt him. That hurt him right there. I thought Fat Joe's face, flashing a Fat Joe, won them that battle, won them that round alone. You know what I mean? Because Fat Joe was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Did they just pull that out? You know what I'm saying? And they did. You know what I mean? Put that back up again. You know what I mean? For what they played.
Even though that was a response to Welcome to New York City, even though it wasn't in that round. They're like, oh, y'all can play that? Okay.
Look at Joe, man. Look at Joe.
Mellow.
Mellow, man.
Looking like an oil tycoon.
And these are real, man. Like,
that really happened. That was their real reaction.
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you do after that, man? You playing, and man, shout out to Ja Rule, man. You show Ja Rule love. Anytime Ja Rule gets a win.
But she right about, hold on, I'm gonna cut you off, Sean. But Nick was right. It's Jada's speech before that song being played got it.
All right,
Yeah.
can you
Like
can you put that round back up again? I just
And
want to see what they
that's
play.
part. It plays on to your point. That's part of it. You
Oh,
gotta
certified
the
gangsters. Oh my
showmanship
god.
and the
What?
and the
No, that
narration
didn't
and
age
all
well
that's
either.
part of it.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Now, one thing I'm gonna say. Listen, once again, I love the Certified Gangster song when it came out. Jim Jones didn't have the energy to pull it off. You know what I mean? And it wasn't going to win anyway because I think New York is a better song. But he didn't have the energy to even make it close. I'm like, instead of losing by 4 or 6 points, you lost by 25 again. You know what I'm saying?
That locked up was the cherry on the top of that. That Akon shit. That shit was hitting when it came out.
Right.
That shit was
But Stacks, again, what do you do when you play New York, and Akon and Styles P? What do you do?
Nothing.
I'm like, man. And then the thing is, you're in a New York crowd, and Certified Gangsters is a West Coast record.
Right.
Now, Jim Jones secretly wants to be from LA. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, he secretly wants to. I've always said that because he would, take his hair out and then, you know what I mean, be long like the West Coast Gangsters or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then he's down south with Paul Wall sitting sideways. Come on, Jimmy. We done seen you all over the place. You know what I mean? Besides New York. You know what I'm saying? I like, man, shout to him. I love Jimmy's records, but I like, man, you give love to other places just as much as you do your hometown. That's a little backwards to me. Even though I got love for Miami and LA and places like that, I'm not gonna give more love than Philly. I mean, it's just never gonna happen ever.
Yeah, we know that, Mark.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we know that.
So the next one, again, this kind of hit me because I'm like,
that bowling, that shit was not it.
It was not knocking. Like honestly, I know you got to give the ground to Ballin because Ballin came and Ballin hit. That's when the New York Giants won the Super Bowl that same year, and Michael Strahan doing the ball in the end zone and all that crazy mess. I get it. It was a huge song. Back then, I wasn't a big fan of that song. I thought it was okay. I
wasn't either.
I didn't think it was as enormous as it was, right? As it was depicted to be, in my opinion. That's his biggest song to date. I get it. Anytime you got to play your biggest song in the middle of the round, you're struggling.
Yeah, you're struggling.
Personally, I like the remix better. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Jimmy, but I like the remix with T.I. and Young Dro and all those guys. I like that a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Christmas and
So the next one, again,
you ain't beating
what?
No, ain't nothing beating that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Before Sean had pointed out. You know what I mean? Besides Biggie's lyrics, you know what I mean? The Lox wrote everybody else stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fact that the Lox wrote Kim's verse so well, because that's my favorite verse on the song. You know what I mean? For Kim's verse. You know what I'm saying? They wrote it so well for everybody. Everybody was nice on that record. You know what I'm saying? So shout to the Lox for getting their pen game down and even making Puff sound like he could rap. You know what I'm saying? That was good. That was a good.
But also shout out to Missy Elliott. Remember, she's the one that got the arrangement for how everybody's supposed to be on that song. Like, remember, she's the one that told him. She's the one that's like, look, you got to be this. Yo.
I'll never forget Kim's last bar on her verse, man, because I'm like, damn, I was wondering for a while, did she write only female in my crew and I kick shit like the nigga do pull the trigger too far? I'm like, shit. Yeah, they had nothing. They had nothing when that came on. Nothing.
When you played that, that's when you start, and you got Diddy in the comments saying, "Yeah, kids wrote that for me." What do you do?
Cherry.
And then he sounded good on it too. He sounded good on that joint.
During that song, they got a snapshot of Cam going to kiss.
He really did say that.
Hey, Mark, he was probably whispering his ears. Yo, we get it. That's enough. That call up. He probably said call up the dogs, bro.
Right.
At that point, exactly. Call up the dogs.
Enough is enough. So even with that,
we don't bow down, my dudes.
Shoot, the other hard niggas, they come from Yonkers.
And he said that, like, man. And this is Freaky Zeke, man. They say this is one of the best moments of Freaky Zeke.
Yeah,
he was really irking.
He was terrible. I'm like, man, listen, dude, you might have been a good hype man back in the day or whatever, but I'm like today, you know what I mean,
Not now.
you gotta give that role to somebody else because you was terrible. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? For I
that would
agree,
have been
you know what I mean?
That would
That'd have been something.
No, it wouldn't.
That would have been
Hold tight.
something.
No, yeah, it would have. You know what I'm
wouldn't.
saying?
That's
Straight
just
up. Man, yo, you know what I mean? Here we go. When you, yo, no, wait a minute. You know what I mean? For let me just cut right here because this bull.
We'll come back.
No, yeah, it's New York bias. It's New York bias. This is what he do. This is what he do. New York bias. Yo, this bull. Yo, hey, Son. This the same bull. This the same bull who ain't even give y'all me for a, you know, y'all mean us a salute. Y'all mean won a Super Bowl, man. This the same bull, man. New York bias. New York bias. Cut it out, bull. Cut it out, bull. New York bias. We know what it is. We know what it is.
I give y'all a salute for winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, give us a salute. We Philly. Give us a salute. I would give it to y'all. I'll give it to y'all.
I'm a Washington fan, so I mean, I really wasn't feeling. I don't feel when no East team win anything.
Straight up, man. Look, man. Yo, man. Right, give us a salute. You don't give no salute.
Yeah, let's revisit that state prop lock state, but
we will.
All right.
We'll come back to it.
We will. Oh, we will.
Yo, Mark's energy. We will.
We will.
Man, Mark did 2 lines before the show, man. Mark is wide open right now.
I'm with you. We will.
All right.
I'm right with
so
you.
Round 13, we got Wild Out versus Killer Cam. Man,
yeah, I mean, obviously,
come on, man.
Mark, I ain't gonna lie, Mark. When this came on, I thought about you, man, because you always talk about that verse, computers putin'.
Yeah,
that shit was. Oh my god!
I mean, that couldn't. Even that verse couldn't save him. Even that verse couldn't save him. That bar couldn't save him.
Somebody put that in the comments, man. They was like that scooting booting, Pootie the booting ain't going to help Cam right now.
No,
that shit ain't gonna work today.
It ain't gonna work today.
Nope. It
ain't gonna work today.
It definitely did.
Another track from Be on the Streets.
So let's keep it moving.
I prayed Allah about 2 foul to go to the mosque. Like, yo.
Yeah. Styles P, your favorite rapper. Like, come on now. Like,
So you got Sheet Luch, Kiss Your Ass Goodbye.
Kiss Your Ass Goodbye.
Forget your ass goodbye.
D-block.
Yeah, that's.
And Jim Jones put on Salute in 840. Come on, man.
No.
Come on, man.
Like Mark said, man.
And I'm like, man,
the entire night, man.
I'm gonna say like this, and Jim Jones, he has to be the most disappointing to me because I'm like, dude, y'all mean you ain't play Reppin' Tom, you ain't play, you know what I'm saying, y'all mean for man, y'all mean blow some smoke, you ain't play none of that.
But you can't.
I'm like, come on, man, stop.
When you hit the battle, you can't think right. This was Jim. He got dude. This is Jim. He had one of the worst moments.
Well, that wasn't his worst moment. Y'all mean
that wasn't the worst.
That wasn't his worst moment.
No, that's one of many.
What did that say, Jimmy? You're a famous rapper. What? You don't need to what?
Let me see that. Put that up again.
Hold up.
We're a leather head to toe. I think that's what it said. Yep.
You don't need to shop at Jimmy Jazz anymore. Oh my God!
Savage.
That's savage. That is savage.
But where's the lie? Yo, where the lie at, though?
So that article. So Pitchfork is another website, hip hop website. They did the best and worst moments. The Locks had no worst moments. Everything was pretty much worst moments for Dipset.
You know what? You know what though? I mean, for Dipset stepping on stage like it was 2004 and it's 2021. Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of that movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker with the boy stepped out of jail with the fish in his shoes. I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? For real, it's today. It's not 2004, dude. It's 2021. You know what I'm saying? Step it up.
Yeah. And I think we also gotta give the Locks credit because remember when they first came on stage, it was just the 3 of them. When the Dipset came on stage, it was like 20 of them. And the Locks kept that same energy.
I'll tell you something. Hold that thought. Say something. Hold that thought. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get into that. I want us to get through this so we can get back at Mark real quick.
I think they.
This one, I'm again go back to what
You
Nick
could have
said
gave it
earlier.
Dipset. You could have gave it to Dipset though. You could have gave
You
that.
kind of have to because that was one of their biggest joints. But like Nick just said
That's
earlier,
Cam's two biggest songs.
I don't
But I'm
think
like,
he aged
listen,
well. I don't think old boy aged well.
But they had no energy, and then they were drinking even more, so they had no energy to pull it off. I'm like, man, you know, come on, man. That's like, yeah, I'm saying, listen, if you got your sports car with no engine, and I got my truck, yeah, I mean, it ain't that fast. You have no engine, I'm still going to win the race because you don't have an engine. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened. They didn't have the energy to pull any of this off.
So I'm gonna flip this one to Stacks. This round of Stacks, because Stacks is this is the one. Before I go to that, bro. Because I need Stacks to breathe on this. We need Stacks to breathe on this because this came out. Jewels did the most, like the dumbest thing you could think.
Oh my God,
goodness,
it was
awful there,
man.
And Mark, I saw this meme pull up. I'm like, yo,
oh my goodness.
And Jada just rang off like a whole slew.
Hold on. He
said that shit about we got Grammys.
Yeah, we ain't got
what he say about they know grams, not Grammys or something?
We got Grammys. All they didn't know about is grams.
And Stacks, this is for you. This is for you, Stacks. Jim Jones plays "Summertime with Miami." It's featuring Trey Songz.
No.
Well, how do you do that when Jada is playing Mariah Carey, Genie from the Block, Family Affair remix?
Yeah.
Knock yourself out. What are you doing?
Yo, that's nothing.
I want to know what will Stacks do? I just want to know.
You can't come back from that.
I don't. At this point, the locks. I mean, at this point, I think that Dipset. Who got the boys? Is that Mark or Nick Jada got the boys riding through?
No, I got the earphones in, so I'm good. I mean, y'all can't hear all the madness.
But I don't know what you do. I don't. It's almost as if I don't know why Jewel said that. It shows his lack of music acumen, to be perfectly honest.
Yes.
I don't know why to say that. I mean, I'm going
to agree with you there.
I know it's for them to talk shit and be chippy, but sometimes you got to be careful what you fucking ask for, man. Because when he said that, and I'm like, man, this shit is just getting 10 times worse, man. Why would you? When he said that, I'm like, why did he? Why? And hey, this was a 10-6 round. That's what the fuck that was.
That was hurtful.
I don't know if they got to the boxing, but that was a 10-6 round.
Man, at that moment, I was like, I said, what do you do? Like, if I'm Dipset, I'm leaving. I'm finding a way to leave.
Hey, Stacks. Stacks. I think it was a 10-7 round, but I think the referee gave them about 50 seconds to get up instead of the usual 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just kept counting 9. Like, yo, y'all going to keep counting 9? You know what I mean? He kept counting 9 about 40 times. You know what I'm saying?
It had to be planned. Like, you can't be that naive. I think Cam got tight after that because Cam was like, man, I ain't got no help. Like, Cam was like, I got nobody.
No.
Blame your DJ. Blame your DJ. Blame your DJ.
No. Hold on. This is where I have a problem with people taking away blame from Cam. I have a big problem with my Cam. You the leader of that group.
Is he?
You the leader. You the leader.
You're the leader of the yes, he is. He's the one.
Hey, just because he ain't want to run the group, right? Don't mean he ain't the leader. He
like Rika said, look, they didn't even left shit on the table, man.
Sometimes you got bad leadership. Sometimes you got bad leadership. How about that?
Exactly.
Sometimes you got bad leadership.
Man, look.
And that's all I can.
So the next one. This is when I really got nervous. This one I got nervous because
Yeah.
I was nervous. I was nervous when Jewel started rapping this because I knew he had to get off on his joint. And Jewel's got fake teeth in his mouth. And I was like, I was saying to myself the whole time, like, man,
what are his teeth gonna come out?
I was like, if he start using some P words or some B words, his teeth, them joints gonna fall. Cause they were hanging by a thread anyhow. If you notice, he kept doing this because he was like, when he was trying to rap, he kept doing this. I'm like, no joint's gonna fall out. If he use a P word aggressively or a B word aggressively, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
So I got really nervous for him as a
You got
fan.
nervous.
I'm like, because now you're in a battle, and this is a song that you got to go off on. You know what I mean? You gotta go off on Santana. You know what I mean? Because that song, your delivery is more important than that song. And I know his teeth will not allow him to give the delivery that we needed. So, Tayson, do we blame his teeth for that? Does that play a factor in this?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that makes the loss even worse. Yeah, I mean, the teeth.
No.
You can't hold the teeth in. You know what I'm saying?
I think like, to me personally, look, Diplomats basically messed this whole thing up, yo. They look. How do you come back from what the complete ass whooping the Locks did to y'all? Listening that whole night, and then him doing Santana, even them two songs did not age well.
No,
Them two songs did not age well.
Freaky Ezekiel was dancing.
No.
Why was Freaky Zeke even out there, man? To be perfectly honest with you, man. Let's be honest.
That's what. Remember, that's what Sheik told. They're like, Sheik was like, "Do you have a catalog? Are you doing something? What are you doing out here? What are you doing out here?"
Right, man.
Yo.
I mean, that's when you know that you're taking some bad lumps on the head. When you got Kimbella, his wife out there in the front.
She was so hype out there when the DJs was doing their thing.
Yeah,
right.
It all looks good in the beginning. It's always good in the beginning until the fight actually starts.
Right.
It do.
So then,
oh no! Come on now,
Stacks.
I'm upset. Man. I'm upset about this because that Cameron and what's the name? That Down and Out Joint is one of my favorite songs.
It is. It's one of my favorites too.
It's a good song.
But again, no energy.
No energy.
No energy.
It seemed like a cry for help.
He was down and out. That's the problem.
Yeah, because he really was.
Yep.
Nah, listen to the lyrics.
At this point, I just wanted it to be over because that the Rough Riders Anthem remix. Do y'all remember? God.
But you know what this remind you know
what I'm about sliding off, getting my cock sucked.
Yo, you know what this reminded me of? I'm not even lying. I mean, this is something black folks never do, but white folks do it often. I mean, any white folks in the audience, I mean, y'all probably can attest to this, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, when they're fighting, it's no gunplay, it's just actually a fight, right? So, I mean, for Brad is whooping Chris ass, right? And then, they're just like, listen, Chris, no. His whole face is unrecognizable, but he's still trying to fight. He's still standing, both his eyes closed. Christopher, you had enough, buddy. You had enough. It's time to go home, okay? Like, that's exactly what this looked like. That's exactly what this looked like. The ass whooping, was going from damn near start to finish. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's time to go home. You know what I mean? Both your eyes are shut. You got cherry water ice all over your mouth. You know what I mean? For real, you got blueberry water ice in your eyes. You know what I mean? You got your damn nose running with snot and blood. I'm just like, listen, you just got beat senseless. It's time to go home.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. At this point, I just wanted it to be over for Dipset.
You felt sorry for him. You felt sorry for him.
Wanted the shit to be over. That's how I felt at this point.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, we were messaging back and forth all night.
But they do have a legit legacy. But it was like, ew.
It was why? But it showed you levels, though. It showed you levels to this whole
better
thing.
Group,
you know
better movement.
That's all.
It really
better
showed group, better movement.
I don't think it's better movement, though, man. Because Rough Riders movement.
I can't say that though, because the Locks was part of the Rough Riders.
The Rough Riders movement.
And the Rough Riders.
Hold up.
That's a big movement.
No, I'm saying if it was Rough Riders against Diplomats, I would have said Rough Riders was better. I'm just talking about them as a group, like between the two group. Like, the Locks are a better group, and it's so because they basically knew each other's songs too. That's another thing I think we don't really.
They're still cool with each other. They still actually talk. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, Cameron ain't talked to Jim Jones in 5 years. How do you expect them to perform? You know what I mean? Joel
Right.
Santana was locked up for 3 years. He didn't talk to Cam in 6 years. How do you expect them to perform?
Right. Cam
Come
was
on.
dissing them. Cam
They don't
said
even
you
talk to each
still
other.
gonna lose.
They say them dudes
Yep.
was there for a check, and for all of those who saying that
And it looked like
team
they
is
were there for a
heavy
check.
on this,
And guess
It
Jada.
what?
looked like it was there for a
You
check.
really got to look at it like this. Even when, because Diplomats actually went to when it was leaning solo heavy. But you can't do that when fucking Jada and Styles be on the other side.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
lose-lose situation, man.
Man.
Yeah, man.
What could you do? Like, I'm gonna go to my solo joints. Oh, really? That we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because then these type of things will happen to you, man. When you get that, this is what you
Mhm.
get. You get these guys back to back posing.
Yo,
Ball,
hold
ball,
up, just
ball.
like the video. Just like
Yo.
the
The
video.
showmanship,
Crazy.
Think
man.
about it, just like the video. It was just like the band from TV video. They went,
Right.
remember, that's exactly how they were in the video.
Exactly. What do you do? All you can do is take that lump, man. Just like this. You start
To me, that was the moment when they came out. I agree. That was
I
the
was
moment
like,
of the night.
wow.
When they came out, you remember Sean, I said these dudes started out straight disrespectful. And they were, make no mistake about it, that's the title of the song. But y'all saw them directing that shit toward Dipset?
Toward them.
Mm-hmm.
And Tay-Son, I want to tackle something you said earlier about not being prepared and not having a game plan. They had a game plan. They just didn't land. This is part of their game plan.
They didn't have a game plan.
This is part of their game plan.
Hold up. This is the best part of the night. No, hold up. This really is the best part of the night because what Jada
Don't
said
give it
to
back
him
after the show.
afterwards. Yeah.
That's mad funny.
Right. It backfired. Everything you put together and it just start backfiring. What do you do? Like, how do you combat that? It's a thing called the fog of war. When you're going through war and it's just a fog because everything is happening, you don't know what to do. Rounds are coming down range. You don't know if to get down behind something to get on the ground.
Right.
It's the fog of war.
And Mark, it got to the point. Y'all remember, like, after every track or doing the song, Jada kept saying, "What the fuck are we talking about here?" Right. That was just saying, "What?" That was translation. Why are these fuckers even on the stage with us right now?
Mm-hmm.
What are we? You remember he kept saying, "What the fuck are we talking about here?"
Right.
It was crazy.
That, why these dudes out there? We are who we are. Why they out here with us?
Right.
The style said
them guys weren't prepared. Them guys were not prepared. They just came. They just. It's like, I mean, they just showed up. No practice, no nothing. We just gonna show up for the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Styles was talking mad shit leading up to it. I saw a video. He was like, to be honest, I thought they was going to bring Jay and Nas and raise Biggie from the dead to battle us. So I was wondering what the fuck was going on when they said it was these guys.
But you know what, though? I'm going to say like this. This is the one thing, you know, and I say it, you know, we use it when we talk about sports all the time. You know what I'm saying? The team with the chemistry is usually the team that wins, right? Well, guess what? Y'all mean in hip hop too, in a format like this, the team with the chemistry is the, and I underestimated that. I underestimated that because I thought this shit was going to come with some energy.
Yeah.
I thought they was going to come with some energy. You know what I'm saying? I thought they put all the past beefs behind them. You know what I mean? Come with some energy and let's go. But they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody would have told me like, yo, man, listen, you know, Jim Jones still hates Cameron like today, right before the verses. Like, all right, cool. I might have bought that. You know what I'm saying?
I fully expected for them to get together close with some of their crew when they did the Dipset anthem and do the little shit like that. What do some of that?
Like the video.
All them dudes was on stage.
There was a lot of stuff I was waiting on with the Dipset that never fucking happened the entire night. I was waiting on it.
You guys,
so all them dudes was on stage. Wait a minute, put that back up. I didn't even see that. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, so you guys making great points, but you're missing one thing. All of that sounds beautiful until you get punching them out. Look,
they didn't have a plan.
I text Stacks after the first round. I said, look, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Did I not say? I said, Stacks, I was wrong. Because I thought that Dipset was going to come out there. Because keep in mind, don't forget this. When the Lots came out, the crowd was like, yay. When Dipset came out, the crowd went berserk. Let's not forget that. When Dipset came out, people went berserk. And I kid you not, I look at my Wiz, I was like, uh-oh, because that's when Jewel's kind of paused and Jimmy kind of paused too. I'm like, man, it's too big for them. And I text Stacks. I said, yo, man, I picked the wrong group because I honestly thought that Dipset was going to either win or lose narrowly because of the locks.
Well, Sean, they were intimidated as well because when the Locks came to the stage, they was like, bring your asses out. Get y'all asses out here on the stage. Y'all remember that shit? I'm like, these motherfuckers is wild and early. Like, we need to bring y'all asses to the fucking stage so you can get this work.
I'm gonna keep saying this. Are we at least going to put some blame on Cameron?
No, it takes more. To that point, I think Cameron probably threw off their rhythm because he didn't come out there with them. Remember Cam?
He don't even like them.
They were trying to ramp everything up. The DJ kept spinning. And Taylor, you got a valid point. The DJ kept spinning, but Cam wasn't coming out. Cam was in the back doing who knows what. You know what I mean? So they were already on stage without Cam. And I wonder if that threw off them just a little bit because they're probably in their mind thinking like, yo, Cam with that bullshit, he ain't out here with us. Where the Locks came out together. They came out in unison. So when I saw that, and I text Stacks, I said, yo, man, I may have to pull back on my early vote because I don't think they're going to make it. We were talking about this in the chat. I sent Mark a message. I said, Mark, I thought that the energy was going to be different because they got energy music, and that's the only way they're going to keep up. But then when Jada came out there on fire and they played FU, I was like, it's over. It's a wrap. It's not going to happen.
And then that Who Shot You freestyle. That was And then it wasn't just the songs. It was like the comments in between.
Right.
Don't nobody know that song. You live in Miami. What the fuck is you wearing? You don't know the words to your own songs.
Hey, Nicole, that was pretty good. But it wasn't enough.
Yeah. You want to go again? You want to do another song?
Exactly.
And honestly, for me and ladies, when the songs came on, they hit different. It made me realize how much of a fan I was of the Locks. I am of the Locks, right? And it also made me realize how much I thought that Dipset was corny when it first came out. Honestly, because I thought that Dipset was really corny. Although Diplomatic Immunity was my joint, that's when I had the Mercury Mountaineer 15s in the back on 20s in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Shout out to Jacksonville, North Carolina. When Dipset Anthem, that was my joint. But I also thought that they were, I thought they were kind of corny. But they had anthems. I remember being in clubs when Dipset Anthem came on, and everybody doing this. I remember those things. But when you hear it on camera, you hear it in a versus battle, it just didn't hit me hard.
It don't age.
It don't hit you. For some reason, it just didn't hit me. What hit me was when you play FU, all about the Benjamin.
But you know what though? I'm gonna say like this, man.
Tina's coming up. Go ahead.
But here's go ahead, T-Son. I'll let you go first.
All right, Tina's coming. All right, Tina, I can see what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you why this is gonna be something for the versus battle going forward, especially for rappers though. Look, you saw what Method Man and Redman did in their versus battle, right? They basically showed you like I don't need no type of none of that. Just drop the beat, we got this. The Locks showed you. Hold it, the Locks is 46, 45, and 45, right? You do know all the verses. They just said drop the beat. They even basically rocked it a cappella.
Right.
Switch the beat and it's still rapped over the beat.
Yep, throwing different beats on songs and shit too. Yep.
And it's still rap over that. That to me, that right there, that's what should be the norm. That should be the norm.
As an MC, you're right. That
should be the norm.
Yeah.
You got so many of these niggas doing the hold up. As Jada said, y'all doing the cheat code. Y'all doing the cheat code right here. You cheating right now.
Well, shoot, Jada was doing the cheat code, pulling them damn you know what I'm saying, them freestyles off the mixtapes. I like shit. And there's a cheat code that I love, by the way. And it's a cheat code that I love, by the way. Because I hope more artists, when they get on these verses, start pulling from that. Because I'm gonna say like this, to be honest, some artists, the mixtape work is just as good as the albums. You know what I mean? And that's real.
And Mark,
you know what I mean? And that's real.
That was proven in the battle. So if I'm capping, call me Captain America, because at the end of the day, when them joints start hitting, and I felt a different way. Like, whoa, this I remember this joint. I didn't know they were.
I didn't know they were going to do it. I didn't know they were going to do it. I'm like,
right. That was a shock value for me. I was like, they're playing some joints that I remember rocking to off of mixtapes.
But yeah,
do that.
I'm like, yo, I
thought they would play.
I'm like, Jada's pulling from the Green Lantern and shit. I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
I'm just like, I didn't know that was going to happen. Like, I was so hyped when it did. I couldn't believe it. You know, and then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, yo, other artists, please just don't pull up on your damn album. You know what I mean? For real. Pull from the mixtapes, use the features. Anything you want, use that shit.
That's why I'm not getting I'm not getting Tina's comment. Like, he used mad features. I mean, like,
I don't care. You know what I mean?
I thought it was a verses where you just
hey, listen,
put shit out there.
The Fab one, he played Diddy's verse.
Listen,
remember? Because he wrote it.
I'm gonna say like this, right? Look, I look at verses like a street fight, man. Listen, you might use a fist, and I'm gonna use a brick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm trying to win by any means necessary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way we roll.
Right. If you were in a Wu-Tang battle and you inspect the deck, do you not play Triumph?
You have to.
You have to. That's a feature, though, right? You got to play whatever you shined on. If you shine on a certain song, you're gonna play that joint. So too bad Dipset couldn't do that. Too bad they couldn't lean on features because they probably got outshined on features. Honestly, they probably got outshined on features. I thought that Dipset was gonna play a better set. That was my mistake for thinking they were gonna play a better set.
Well, and you know what? I blame them. I blame. Well, it's not only no energy, right? But I'm like, the guy in your group that has the best records, y'all played the least amount of his records, and that would be Jim Jones. Jim Jones has better records than Cameron. He's better records than Santana, and y'all only use about 2 of his joints. You know what I mean? Which was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they would have won. I'm just saying that it might have made it a little closer. You know what I mean? Maybe instead of having a 15-0 run to end the whole shit, you know what I mean? It might have been a little closer.
It would have been closer. It would have been closer. Because even Jada pulled back a little bit. Jada could have played some Biggie joints that were that would be dominating. Even when he was about to play the DJ put on that Nas track, and Jada was like, Tina put in her comment, like Jada was like, nah, that's a cheat code. That's a Nas track. He was like, I don't want that. I want something else. Give me something else. Because everybody closed it out anyhow. I think this was the last closeout right here when they played Money, Power, Respect, By Your Side, Put Your Hands Up. We gonna make it.
A fucking kill shot.
Camera up. Exactly. And I really mean it. I love that song. I really mean it. But what do you do when you play these joints, man?
It hit different when you play all that shit right there, man.
I think it's also just like, I mean, there's really nobody's. If you ask people, like, you know, name off some supreme lyricists and everything, Styles P, you know, and Kiss is gonna be on that list somewhere,
right?
And then so like you listening to like a different level of lyricism, you know what I mean, with that energy over like some classic fucking beats, like Chachi and whatnot, and then it's like this, like I'm not like. So that's what I was thinking about. Like when I was watching, I was like, yo, is like this Dipset shit really corny? Or is it just that the Lock shit is just so good that it's like making, you know what I mean?
Well, it seemed like the Locks, they knew, you know, exactly what they were going to use and what to use, right? And the Dipset, I'm like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, I look at the Dipset playlist, to be honest with you, out of 20-something songs, I probably only have 5 of them on my personal playlist. You know what I mean? If I was to do 20 Dipset, I only have 5 that they chose. So they already messing up right there. You know what I'm saying?
If you were Team Dipset, be mad at them because I mean they
right. I'm trying to tell you, whoever you know what I mean is a fan of Dipset. If you're telling me you are a fan of what they played, like their set, and you couldn't make up a better set, I gotta challenge your rap damn credentials. I gotta do something. You know what I mean? I got to do something. You know what I mean? That set wasn't that great.
That was a bad set. And Mark, that was my problem.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, facts, Elmore. That was my problem because to your point, we were talking about this weeks ago, Mark, you and I, we were talking about the songs that Dipset could play. Because Stacks and I were going back and forth. I said, Stacks, Dipset got some joints that's really banging. And
you know what?
I was talking about that.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Especially when they have a rap battle, and me and Sean would do when it's a rap versus. Me and Sean do this as soon as it is announced, right? We were like, "Yo, this is what they got. This is what I'll play. This is what I will play, right?" And it's almost like we're putting the playlist together right as we hear the announcement. You know what I'm saying? Of what, like, yo, because and Sean's giving me stories like, "Yo, man, when I was in the Mountaineer, yo, this the joint I had on." You know what I'm saying? Look, when I was in Philly, this is what I had on. Blah 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 blah, or whatever, right? So we're running down the songs in the times, in the stories of what was happening when we were playing these records. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yo, like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Well, Tina, you do that all the time. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not even saying anything to you, you know what I mean? You come at my neck. That's a whole different show. You know what I'm saying? But no, but seriously though, like, I mean, yo, when the verses gets announced, it's almost what we do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if they play this, they do that, and then they didn't do any of that. And I'm just like, that's disappointing. That's disappointing.
That was disappointing to me because, again, you would think that they were going to be able to construct a better playlist. You got a lot to pull from. You could have pulled from that Jewel's first album, Jimmy's catalog. You could have pulled some stuff from Cam, and you could have leaned heavy on Diplomatic Community. Maybe 4 or 5 joints from that alone. You could have pulled from that double album.
I never thought they had a chance, and I liked it. I just never ever.
I'm like, man,
I never thought they had a chance at all.
How do you have a set of 20 and your Dipset, and I don't get built this city? How does that happen? Right. Come on.
But were you expecting a massacre, Stacks? Because I had the locks too, but I wasn't expecting a fucking blowout.
I don't think no one did.
But I mean, I just think that the element of Styles P and a lot. I mean, Styles P and Jadakiss, and of course Sheek Louch. He's kind of like the third wheel or whatever. I think that Styles P and Jadakiss I mean, nobody in the Dipset camp comes close to them lyrically.
And
here's you add on the showmanship and the shit talking on top of that, and that created the fucking massacre.
Yeah, and Styles P ain't even play all his shit. I'm like, and I always keep telling people, Styles P, he's my favorite one in the locks. You know what I mean? For not so much he's the best lyrically, but I think his music speaks more to me than any of the others. You know what I mean? For about himself.
I'm black.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, but Styles P has some joints. I'm like, he could have used his verse from BMF, motherfucker. Like, god damn, you know what I'm saying? And BMF, I played that all fucking summer, you know what I mean, for when that came out. If you was getting in my car, you already knew what was on. You know what I'm saying?
And she could have played anything out of After Taxes. So I knew the locks had what they had. I just thought that they were going to lean a lot. I'll be honest, I was thinking more about the locks' first, second, and third album. Honestly, I was thinking about
really good take by your brother.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, same here, Mo. That was my early pick. My early pick was Dipset because I thought this is something up their alley. I'm like, okay, Cam talks so much shit. Cause you think about it, Cam went at Jay and at Nas, and I'm not saying he held his own, but he didn't get dusted. Let's keep it on.
And he didn't back down. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And he went at 50. And even at 50. And 50 was at his height. So Cam never backed down from anything. And he's very charismatic. He knows the sport of hip hop, and he knows how to be a showman. I think that I don't know if he was not into it like that. I don't know if Jewels were ready for that. Although they have about 2 or 3 weeks to plan, I don't think as a unit they were prepared for it. Because
I have a question. Did y'all see the meme? I don't know. I think Murray might have posted it. He found it from someplace else, and somebody said, "Now we all know why G Unit said no to a versus with the locks." I don't know. Was that true?
They don't get along either.
They don't get along either. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Seriously.
But I know G Unit was looking at that shit like, I'm so fucking glad. We didn't attempt to get the same these guys.
You know what? Let me put a disclaimer out there. For any group that doesn't get along, do not do verses because you're going to get embarrassed. You know what I mean? If you don't get along, you don't talk to people. You know what I mean? Listen. You know what I mean? 50 cut everybody off. You know what I'm saying? So he don't talk to any of them anyway. He's still beefing with Young Buck, you know what I mean, from shit that happened years ago, and
That's
50
it,
petty
that's
like that. So he's still
decade
beefing
old
with him
beef,
today.
too.
Right. You can't. You can't. To Mark's point, if you can't get along in a room, there's no way in the world you can construct a set to compete in versus. And that's what showed, because I believe if Cam, Jewels and Jim would have got into a room together and create a list, I think because they're so competitive, I believe they would have cranked out 20 good joints for an actual set. Now, again, I wonder if this forces, because they're going on tour together. And
yeah,
I'm concerned
It'd be
because
weird.
I wonder if this helps or hurt them, because now
It
they're
should
going to have
help
to put together.
It should help them.
But they're
Tell
going to
them
have
a
to,
lot.
but going back to what Mark said earlier, they got to be gelling, because if they're not gelling as a unit, they're not going to be able to go out there and put on a good performance, a good show.
Here's the thing: they have, out of the groups that are on this 10-city tour, they have the least amount of time together. I'm like, the Locks obviously still do shows together. State Property still does shows together. You know what I mean? But Dipset does not. They're all in different places too. You know what I'm saying? Most of State Property is still in and around Philly. You know what I mean? The Locks are still, you know what I mean, obviously mostly in and around New York. You know what I mean? They have businesses there and everything like that. But, Dipset's all over the place.
Right.
Cam's in Miami. Jimmy's, you know what I mean, for real, doing reality TV between Atlanta and New York. And Joel Santana was just coming out of jail not too long ago. I'm like, what chemistry can you build, you know what I'm saying, with that all of that going on?
But
so
Mark,
they're going to have to get it together, because the tour starts next month.
Right. But Mark, the most important thing out of that, the Locks, they love each other. Them guys, they love each other.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And it's genuine. It's real love. It's not that type of love where I'm gonna just come here and just be out here for the moment because I'm gonna get this bag. It's love because they want to see each other succeed. Like, they even allow Sheik Luch to, they know that Sheik is not coveted as he should be. I think Sheik is a dope artist. I don't
Sheik's solid. Like, you know what I mean? He's not that he's good, but he's not bad.
He's not bad.
He's not bad. No.
He's sandwiched in between two of some of the best lyricists.
And that's hard. That's hard to be with. That's hard to be with.
It's hard to be. But they gave him an opportunity to have his own moment in the verse.
Absolutely.
And for me, that just showing, that's like understanding the room, understanding where you are. And one of the things they put on here, they said one of the worst things. This is what you got to do.
Just like you said, Mark. Yep.
They're out of sync because I don't think they really champion each other, man. We did shows about coded circles and things of that nature. And we talk about friends who are really not friends. They're friends on the surface. That's what this is about. It shows you how much the passion that the Locks have for each other. Even the fact that they gave Sheik the bask in his moment, all about the Benjamins, because he did have a powerful verse on that. And David, like you said, dude said, put some respect to my man name.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know what? It's like, I know it was probably tough for Sheik coming up when the Locks were at the, getting, on their trajectory, getting to their height. Is that listen, what I'm saying, my two friends, my two guys, were at that time were considered, we're like in the top 10 at that time. You know what I mean? Maybe not of all time, but at that time it was like, she Styles and Jada are like shit. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of crapping on your name, you know what I mean? But they probably pulled them together and just like, Sheik, man, you are a guy, man. We know you could do your thing, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I mean? Don't block out this fan noise and all this bullshit, and let's just rock out. You know what I'm saying? And you need to hear that from the people you're with. And you need to hear that.
They've never had any public disagreement. Like not one.
Not one.
Not one.
Not one. Not
They've
one.
been in the group for like over 20-something years. Not one public disagreement at all.
Not one. You heard nothing about the Locks.
No.
Nick had posted an interview. I don't know if it was on her own personal page or in the group, but it was an interview. I think she said it was from like 98. It was, from when they first came out. And like the three of them, they were saying, like we're actual friends. We get up in the morning, we eat our breakfast, we'll call each other on the phone like they actual genuine friends. And they, you can tell that they really have each other's best interest. They was like, you're not going to see one, I forget the word they use, not CEO, but something along that line. You know, they said you're going to see 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Ricky. He was the first standout. Y'all think about it. I mean, Sheik was on the chorus.
Get at me, dog.
Yep.
I mean, he was the one.
Some niggas want to be killers.
Get at
Right.
me,
He took a step back for his brothers to come through because he knew that Jada and Styles had the chemistry. They had like that 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Early on. So again, I remember
he the businessman out the group.
Right.
I don't want to get like girly or whatever, but shout out to Sheik. He was looking pretty good last night. I know y'all fellas don't want to hear it, but obviously there are some women that's watching it.
Talk your shit,
he
Nick.
is still fucking buff as shit. Like he don't look all aged and shit. Like they all pretty much look the same. You know what I mean? Like you know, Jim, he looked kind of old. You know what I mean? Oh my God, you see that meme? Jim looked like he looked like he get his braids and then say brush it.
Hey Mark, hey, I saw a meme that said, "Hey, when Jada came out with the camouflage cargo shot to the Timbs, they knew it was over."
Yo, Sheik looked like he could pick me up.
Whoa,
relax. Yeah.
We just had a kid in the show. Relax.
The baby is 10:05. The baby's asleep.
And Mark, look at your boy, man.
Look like Kobe. Look like Kobe.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When Kobe won the title.
Now compare that to this. Come on,
that looked bad. I mean, serious. Jewels was from 04. He literally looked like he stepped out of 04 into 21.
If trying too fucking hard was a person, shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, so I'm gonna ask y'all this. I'm gonna start with Nick. There was a time where we were talking about Jada, or they were saying Jada was top 5 dead or alive. There were a lot of conversation around that. Are we back to that point? Are we prisoners of the moment?
Nope. We ain't prisoners of the moment.
I don't think it's prisoner in the moment. I think the verses, both his verses served as a reminder of just exactly how talented an MC.
Wait, didn't he say he gonna let Nick go first?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
I did say
that.
Like you're supposed to be a Southern gentleman. Like what the fuck is up with your courtesy?
No, Sean's from New York and he hates it.
I'm talking to stats.
Oh, all right.
I'm a disabled vet. I didn't hear that. This here right here.
You know what? I dig that shit. Get that 100%, baby.
I'm disabled. Well, I got it.
I dig it. But to be honest, like I'm not good with these lists. You know what I mean? Like top 5 is so hard.
It's hard.
Dead or alive, that's even harder.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Like this. So I'm just gonna say, like, you know, Kiss is that bull. Like he is who we knew he was. He is who people forgot he is. You know what I'm saying? Like if you forgot who he was, then you better fucking remember now.
Yeah, I'm there with you, Mo. That's a good list, Mo.
Like he's there.
I just don't have Kane, Mo. I'm sorry. I know that's your guy. You know what I mean? I just don't have Kane on.
Who you got over Kane, Mark?
Huh?
Who you got? If you take Kane out of that list, who you got?
Man, you know what? That's hard because it's like a lot. It's like a lot of different people in there. I'm just like, man, you know, I'm like LL is up there. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, he's nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think a lot of people sleep on Redman. You know what I'm saying? You know, his early career was super dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, you know, like I look at them. You know, and Kane is in that mix as well. Kane is in that mix as well. I would say, you know, for me, I'm like, I think Kiss is more in my top 10. You know what I mean? And I think he's more. I think he's more in my top 10 when I look at it. Like he's there. He's kind of around that. Like I have him in Black Thought in Beans kind of circling. You know what I mean? Or in Snoop too. Don't please let me not forget Snoop because he's my favorite MC from the West Coast period. You know what I'm saying?
I struggle with Snoop, but
They're
I
kind
think-
of
I
like
think-
all in there, but they're under Biggie and LL and Rakim and KRS-One. They're under them, but
Yeah.
they're not far away from them either. It's not like a big distance. You know what I'm saying? You know, Eminem and Pac fans, please don't kill me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no,
But
I'm sorry. I ain't no
M
Busta
isn't
fan.
in my
I'm sorry.
top 10, and Pac isn't
That's a
in
good
my
one.
top 10.
That's a good
But
one,
I
Dave.
but I love Pac. But I love Pac
That's
though.
a good one.
You know what I mean? He's just not in my top 10.
With
That's all.
Busta.
M is definitely at my top 10 at all. M like me my top
He's in mine.
25, something like that.
Yeah.
25, maybe 50.
See this.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment.
25.
I think I'll be catching that stuff. I don't be a prisoner of the moment, man. But Jada made me remember how much I appreciated him. I sent Mark text today on one of my plaques when my nickname was Jada.
I still think that's Photoshop. I think it was DMX, and then y'all mean they took DMX out and then put Jada Kiss in. You know what I'm saying?
There it is right there, man. You see it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
you see it, man.
Hey, Sean has really good cameras over there, so you know what you're seeing. You might not actually be seeing. You might actually have a Yankees hat on, and then y'all mean we're mistaking it for a Mets hat. We don't really know. You know what I'm
The
saying?
Jordans could be fake.
Oh, whoa!
Or Sean could be a clone. We don't know. We actually Ingrid, can you help us out, please?
whoa, man! You guys are crazy. Shout out to Yorktown though.
Yo, come on, man! Like it's not even Yorktown. It's just York. York, the home of the peppermint patty.
Salute to York, Pennsylvania, man. They got no rappers or R&B singers that come from there, but salute to them anyhow. But
let me tell you something, okay? Bruce Arians graduated from my alma mater, okay?
Who's that?
You know who the fuck Bruce Arians is?
Oh, that's a guy who coached the Cardinals. You know what I mean? That's a guy who coached the Cardinals.
Is he up the culture? This is the culture show. Is he up the culture?
Listen, I'm going down a list. Okay.
All right. I just know that he coached the Cardinals.
But real talk though, I don't have Jada in my top 5 dead or alive. Even when it was like a lot of talk around it, I still struggle with putting him in my top 5 dead or alive. And I love Jada, man. My biggest hang up for Jada, and I know we all talked about this before, I don't think he had the catalog. And I saw someone put a meme, not a meme, but I saw someone put a post last night. They said that if Jada had the production that Jay and some other top-notch rappers had, this would be a whole different conversation.
I disagree with that because I think Jada had good production, you know what I'm saying, throughout his career. The thing is, though, I'm just like, you know what I mean? The song, like he made some good songs, right? It just probably just wasn't enough. And that's probably it. You know what I'm saying?
He like Jada is a rapper's rapper. He's a spitter. He's a spitter. You love Jada more. Is this fair to say you love Jada more for his freestyles than his actual songs that he put together?
Absolutely. I mean, and the thing is, I'm gonna say like this, right? One thing, you know, and I was talking to my brother about this, you know what I'm saying, is, you know, when a rapper can freestyle, right? Like often you put on a beat and they just go in, right? I'm just like, man, it's a great skill to have. It's a skill that you know, it's kind of like a skill that you kind of marvel at, right? It's like a quarterback, you know what I mean, that could throw the ball length of a football field. You know what I mean? For real, you know, or like an amazing dunker like Vince Carter. You know what I mean? You kind of marvel at that. So the guys who really can freestyle, you know what I'm saying, who really can do it, right? You know what I mean? You kind of marvel at that because like, yo, this ball really just came up in the studio. They just put on a beat and the ball went in. Like, and not every great rapper can do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, so I'm like, I think Jada gets us a lot of credit in that realm. You know what I mean? That it pushes him a little further than maybe where people might actually really have him. because he can do that so well, and he's not corny. You know what I mean? So because somebody else tried to point out like, oh yeah, well, can't Cassidy do the same thing? But Cassidy's kind of corny though. You know what I mean? And Jada isn't. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Cass.
So I want to pivot real quick so we can lock this thing out the right way. Before we get into this, I want us to be very sensible about this topic. Mark threatened me earlier today.
Here we go.
I got threatened by Mark today. I don't know how to respond. I told Stacks, I said, Stacks, help me out because I don't know how to respond to Mark. Stacks says better you than me. And I was on my own. Even Merv was like, yo, man, Mark is going at my head. Mark told Merv today in our chat. Mark was like, yo, man, if you weren't aligned with Stacks, we wouldn't even think you went for Georgetown because you always on New York nuts. I was like, yo, man, like this is Merv. He's our friend. And this is early in the morning.
He's our friend.
I know Mark is at work. Mark
chose violence very early today. We just need the viewers to know they chose violence early.
So not only was he texting us on the clock, he probably was like in the bathroom texting us and going at our head tops for no reason. So we had the only thing we said was we think that Jada separate. Hold up, Rika said, where the hell is Merv? Rika, no one knows, and we don't
probably
really
incarcerated or some shit like that. You never know him, man.
No, the homie Merv, he about to do something real big. So not gonna put his business out there, but
I thought you were gonna say he was tied up in somebody's basement, like
yeah,
some chick kidnapped him or something.
I really wanted to say that so bad.
Okay, all right.
He wanted to hop on so bad, man, but he's actually on the road, and he knew that if he were to hop on, it wouldn't be right because he had internet problems. But shout out to the homie first, man. He really wanted to hop on this. We were arguing today with Mark all day about this topic that we about to get into, and Stacks were like, "Yo, man, I'm not going to say nothing to the pod," and Stacks really didn't say anything. But here's the thing. Here's how this whole thing came about. I said last night, Jada reminded a lot of people that him and Beans are not in the same stratosphere, and that he is world beyond. And Mark reply was, "F you, boy."
It seems like you kind of chose violence early.
For me? No, I was just making a comment. I was just making a comment because Merv asked me a question about that. And I was just replying. And Merv, I'm going to read what Mark said. Mark said, F you, bull. If you ever come to Philly, and I was like, I text Stacks. I said, yo, man, I don't know how to respond to this. And Stacks was like, man, better you than me. And I was like, I said, okay. So Merv responds, and Merv was like, yo, Mark, relax, man, relax. We just asking you the question. And that's when he responded to Merv. He said, Merv, shut the F up. If you weren't aligned with Stacks, this is what he said. I'm reading this. He said, if you weren't aligned with
Sean
Stacks,
is funny.
this is what he said. I'm reading it right now. He said, if you weren't aligned to Stacks, we would think that you from New York because you always on their nuts, bull. So get the F out of here. That's what he said. So get the F out of here. Then he proceeds to say state property will beat the Locks in the battle.
I didn't say that. I just said, it's gonna be. You think it's gonna be a wash, and I say no. You know what I'm saying? That's just that.
No, I'm right.
That's because here's the thing. If Jada was I'm being serious. If Jada was so far ahead of Beans, that means Jada's so far ahead of Jay-Z too. You know what I'm saying? According to that logic, you know what I'm saying? No, and the reason why I say that, you can't single out Beans without throwing Jay-Z into it. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, head to head, you know what I mean? And I love the head-to-head matchup because the head-to-head matchup proves everything you need to know. Lyrically, you can hear two guys on it. And Jay and Beans, Jay and Beans have went back and forth, and sometimes Jay won, but sometimes Beans won. You know what I mean? And that's facts. That ain't opinion. You know what I mean? That's facts.
That's
right.
Facts. That's
So,
right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just like and here's the thing. Sometimes, right, you gotta be objective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if it's your favorite MC. If he gets beat on that day, he gets beat on that day. Listen, I know people who love Black Thought, right? But when Beans and Black Thought went head to head on Adrenaline, Beans beat him. You know what I mean? And Black Thought is the man. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just like, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I'm like, this Jadakiss is so far ahead of Beans thing. That's crazy because I'm like, listen to the music, and you're telling me we must not be hearing the same thing.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, I'm like, listen, I could throw on Beans verse on It's On with Jay, and I'm like, yo, pull out any Jada joint you want.
That's
and you tell me, you know what I mean, for real, like, what's going on. There you go, Mo. Right on time. Right on time, because I was saying the same shit. Put that back up. Go ahead, you know what I mean? Put that back up.
See how you coming at me? I didn't even do anything.
Put that back up. But as good as any verse Jada was on, period. You know what I mean? Don't tell me it ain't happened.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Don't tell me that didn't happen.
So my takeaway, my takeaway is that you said Beans and Jay are neck and neck.
What? Oh, lyrically? Lyrically, yes.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Lyrically, yes.
Nas did say on Ether, he said compared to Beans, you're whack. He did say that.
He said it. He said it. Now Jay has better music than anybody ever came out the rock. It's his label. It's his label.
Exactly.
Of course, Jay's going to have all the best music because it's his label. We all know this. He got better songs. He got better arrangements. We all know this. But I mean, man, you know what I mean? If you can't give Beans his props lyrically, we got a real fucking problem.
Wow.
We got a real fucking problem.
Yo, he ain't lying.
Talk your shit, Mark.
Yo, Merv, hold up, Merv. Yo. Hey, this is Merv. I got Merv on speakerphone right now. Yo, Merv, real quick, man. We on the show live right now, so don't say anything crazy. Yo, Mark just said that Beans and Jay-Z are neck and neck lyrically.
And what?
You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, man. Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to need. I'm gonna let Merv say. Let Merv say what he gonna say. This shit's getting fucking crazy now.
Yeah.
Mark, you gotta let that homo shit, yo.
Yeah.
You gotta stop it, yo.
I'm not talking musically. I'm just talking the lyrics.
Yo,
come
on, man.
He said,
come on, man.
This is what he's saying, man. I told him, I heard about it how Mark threatened me.
That was me, my bad.
And he said that Jay and Beans are on the same level, man.
Lyrically.
Right. Lyrically. So he's saying that there's no way that Jadakiss could be better than Beans because that means he would be better than Jay.
Much better by your words. Much better by your words.
Yes.
Wow.
And Tayson co-signed it. Tayson co-signed too.
I can't believe any of these niggas because I'm gonna need to hear it from somebody that's not born in Philly. So I'm sorry. I cannot believe this bullshit that I'm hearing on the show right now. Better than Jay-Z? On crack cocaine? Are you serious? Are y'all sharing the same crack pipe? Are y'all fucking
crazy right now, man?
Are y'all fucking crazy?
I'm trying to tell you
know what, man?
You know what I
mean?
Yo, listen.
And Beans is not. Nobody got
Sex left.
Yeah, he said that's what he said, man.
I said lyrically. I said, but listen, y'all listen.
What is Merv's position on Beanie Siegel?
He's probably got about 2 songs where he might have outshined Jay-Z, and he's using 2 songs over catalogs. That's what he's doing. He's basing this off like 2 or 3 songs.
No, you can go head to head everything they've been on. You can go head to head everything they've been on. You know what I mean? And you can pick the winner yourself.
He drinking. He drinks some homemade.
Man, listen. Once again, yo, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm talking to the same guys, right? That favor their own guys. This is what they do. You know what I mean? Like now, Tayson, listen. Now we were in the chat earlier, right? I put on Barrel Brothers, right? That Ghostface is Sean's guy, right? I was just like, yo, we all heard the song. Styles P, you know what I mean, for a Ghostface and Beans. And I was like, Beans had the better verse by far. Like, that wasn't close. You know what I mean? You know, oh no, they all bodied the track. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Beans beat him.
No,
you beat him.
So we're favoring our own guys.
Oh, y'all not
This
giving
can't be
Beans
done. This
flowers
can't be
at all?
completed without you.
Huh?
Yo,
You
I know
said
we're
we-
gonna go, Merv. I just want to get you in that, man. Safe travels, man.
Hey, man, yeah, we're gonna definitely have to discuss this again. We might just do
Deep dive with
continuing.
that. I would love to have a deep dive
Yeah.
with that.
We need
I was like, man,
I would
But
love to deep dive.
these guys,
Ain't no way
yo,
we give Beans
I
no
can hear
props.
Merv better than I can hear Tazon.
We
What
have
the fuck
to,
is wrong with the sound, nigga?
We have to, man. I'm gonna let that breathe,
Yeah.
man. It's kind of sad to say
I'm
something,
telling you,
man.
man.
I got changed.
So we'll get at you, bro.
Hey, real quick. Mark, I'm not gonna let you use the "we favor our own guys" stuff because you know how much. Ever since you met me, I told you how much of a diehard fucking Jay-Z fan. I mean, Beans fan I am. I think everybody that knows me knows that about me. But I'm not gonna let you sit here and just the unmitigated gall in my Stephen A. Smith voice to say that lyrically. Why was it? I think you wanted to put Beans, and that's. Let's revisit the top 5 conversation. I think you wanted.
No, but he's not in it though. He ain't in it. He don't have the material.
If Jay is, then what are we talking about?
But here's the thing: I don't have Jay in my top 5 either. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you know,
fine.
you know what I mean. I don't have Jay in my top 5 either. I'm just saying. I would say like this: like I said, musically, Jay is the best to me because he has all the beats, he has all the arrangements, he has all that shit. You know what I mean? For when you're an artist, right? You know what I mean? He has it. Everything that you need to be a great artist. And then he knows how to pull it off because he understands the symmetry and all of that. I give Jay-Z his credit for what, and he's really pretty much good overall at everything. You know what I'm saying? I give him that. But I'm just talking this one thing. Lyrically. That means, yo, man, put on a fucking beat. Let them guys go to work. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me, Jay, you know what I mean, for just beats beans, no problem.
If anybody,
no.
If you're talking to anybody else and you say that Biggie, I mean that Beans is in your top, I mean that Beans is a better lyric. I'm not even gonna say better. I just can't say that shit with my own mouth.
I didn't even say better.
Well, if they're on the same level,
they're on the same level.
They gotta be. They're going. That Beans is going to be in most people's top 5. I think that's fair to assume, but we know that's not a thing.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what?
And I love Beans, man, but here's
the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. Like I said, right? And this is it. This goes for any Philly artist, right? Anyone that I pull out, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you're gonna find a way to say a guy who might be, I mean, on the same level or lower somehow is better. That's like when I say Black Thought is the best, you know what I mean, or the best, or at least one of the best at freestyling ever in rap. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pull out a bunch of guys who probably ain't on Black Thought level. You know what I mean? Just because, you know what I mean, you're fans of those guys and you're not a fan of Black Thought, that's fine. But I mean, that's just kind of cheating, you know what I mean, for the whole thing or whatever. But I'm just like, call it what it is, though. I was just like, man,
generally speaking, people don't give Philly rappers credit.
They
like,
never give.
It's absolutely ridiculous that Black Thought is not consistently brought up in, like, you know, certain conversations. It's weird.
Y'all remember I trashed Merv List when he had the other night for not having Black Thought. How the fuck do you have a top?
No. That's why I said generally. That's why I said generally speaking.
All I'm saying is,
it wasn't directed to y'all. That's why I said generally speaking.
But here's my thing, and this is all I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? When we say lyrically, right? Put on a beat and let them go. And I'm like, man, this is on songs, this is on videos, right? So this shit already happened before. It's not like, I mean, I'm making it up because you can see it. I could post all this shit anytime I want, and so can y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're telling me, you know what I mean, somehow I don't hear, you know what I mean, for a Beans, I don't hear Black Thought just killing these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like, somehow y'all don't hear this shit. Like, come on, man. That's crazy.
Hold on. And do we forget about the Hot 97? Like, basically, we
really gonna forget about Hot 97. This is in New York.
No, that was in New York.
I haven't. I just don't think it's a fair comparison to say he's up there with Jay. He's superior, no doubt.
Is he up there with Beans? I mean, is Beans up there with Jada though? And that would be a very, very nice verses right there.
See, that's
That
a conversation
energy.
I'm willing to have. I'm not going to entertain no conversation with Jay-Z and
I don't
Jada.
I
Jay-Z
don't
and-
think that Bean survives at versus with Jada. I
Why
don't.
not?
I don't.
He gonna have the same
Because
energy. as
why
Jada,
not?
though.
Do we need to pull
He
out?
gonna
Do
have
we
the
need to
same
pull
energy,
out?
and he got the hits. He got the
Why
Yeah,
hits.
do
not?
we need to pull out the
Yes.
songs? Wait a minute, whoa, do we need to pull out the song? Whoa, wait a minute, because we can count all the features and all the mixtape shit too. Y'all mean for it? Do we need to pull that out? Because I could go to that right now.
But it's not competing with Jada.
Okay, you think so? You think y'all mean for it? Beans, y'all mean don't do his verse on what we do? We not doing nothing. You think if Beans don't do his verse on Change the Game, we not doing nothing. We think if Beans don't do his verse on Money Cash Hoes, we not doing nothing. Come on, I could run down 20 of these pretty easy. This not hard.
And we doing 1,000. And we ain't even consider 1,000.
Come on, man.
Are you kidding me? Like,
now. Beans will struggle against Fabulous. Beans will struggle against Cameron.
How are you going to struggle when you have the music? How? How do you struggle when you got the music?
Hey,
man, y'all tripping?
No.
Feeling in the air? You can't play Feeling in the Air? You tell me Feeling in the Air ain't a hit. Get the fuck out of here. What we do not a hit? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I actually agree with
Mac,
you.
bitch. That's not a hit.
Just not with Jay. Now, Sean, I disagree. You said that Jadakiss would like kill Beans.
Rock the mic.
Disagree.
Come on, man. This ain't hard. What a thug about? This not hard.
Listen,
he got
do
to
we
do it
not
again.
see what
He got to
Jada
do it
did
again.
to
He got
Fab
to
Four into the
What was
entire
that fucking mixtape? Public Enemy #1. What was the mixtape?
I'm gonna try and tell you. Listen, man. Look, when you compare artists, right? I'm dead serious. You have to know the other artist catalog, and I mean everything, every feature, and everything on the mixtape. You can't even compare them if you don't know it. Then when people tell me, like, listen, this is an argument that I had with about another artist, right? Y'all mean, oh man, I don't know if Biggie can be on my top 5, and I'm like, oh, because you only listened to his first two albums. You didn't listen to all the 200 songs he had in the mixtapes. You ain't listening to that. So you're telling me, based off Ready to Die and Life After Death, that's what you're making your assessment on. Get the fuck out of here. That's not how you make your assessment. The whole body of work is what you make your assessment on. The whole body of work is what you make your assessment on.
Did y'all think that Beans beat Jada? That's what I'm hearing.
He did. He did.
No, he did not.
I mean, come on, he did. We could play them records now. That ain't about nothing. We could play them records now. You know what I mean? We could play them records right now.
Here's what we do though. I think we would need somebody that's non-biased both ways. Because I disagree with Sean saying it would be a blowout because I just don't think that's the case.
I didn't say blowout.
No, you said he would get washed. Yes, you did.
I didn't say he
You
washed.
said by Cam even.
I said
you said even by Cam.
I said
by Cam.
I said state property.
Yo, wait a minute. Hold up. You said state property was washed, and you telling me, I'm saying State Property got 2 albums plus all the mixtapes, the PD Crack mixtapes, which were legendary, by the way.
Now, State Property ain't beating the Locks.
You get out of control now. You thinking State Property going to do anything to the Locks?
Oh, so hold on. We're not taking Freeway.
So we can, but are we not? Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me, I mean, State Property, because it's State Property and the Locks, right? You know what I'm saying? We're using all Bean shit. We're using all Freeway shit. We're using the State Property shit. We're using all the mixtape shit, which like is a gazillion mixtapes of them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? We use all that material, you know what I mean? And they somehow gonna get washed. You out your mind. You out your mind with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's New York bias. That's New York bias right there. That's New York bias.
Nick, do you think, Nick, honestly,
that's New York bias.
Let's ask Nick. Nick, do you think?
Why? Because I'm from York.
You from Pennsylvania?
New York bias.
Wow.
Do you think that State Property beats the Locks?
No, you said y'all mean they were washing. You know what I'm saying? Don't change it up.
Nick,
you are. But hold on.
You said they will wash them. I need to hear the wash part.
Nick, okay, Nick.
First, because first you said
where the cloth at?
wash beans.
That's what you said.
I'm being facetious when I say that.
Why?
Why?
That's what you said. Why? You said, you said the Locks will wash their property.
They will.
Wash.
They will.
They won't.
No.
If y'all
You tell all them songs, y'all mean that they got, how they gonna wash them? How you gonna do that?
Hey, Mark, here's what I'm gonna say, just so we can keep it calm and sensible. I think I'm non-biased. I'm not from New York. I'm not from Philly. I think that the Locks have too much for State Prop first and foremost. Way too much.
Way too much.
Way too much. Is that fair?
I don't think so. I'm just like, no. Listen. The reason why I say I don't think so, right? Because I'm like, yo, you can use all the features. That's a lot of fucking features. You can use every mixtape thing. Everything they did on State Property was running mixtapes for a minute. So you can use all of that. You can use all the Beans records, all the Freeways records. You know what I'm saying? You can use State Property. I'm like, man,
more of everything you're talking about.
You can use all of that.
Oh no,
and then you gotta think. No, but what I'm saying is, then you gotta think.
Mixtapes, all of the Lock shit, man. Come on, man. I'm using your argument against you, man, because while that may be true, they have a lot, but the Locks have been around much longer than State Property, man. So everything you're saying, the Locks have more of all of those things that you're saying.
The imprint is bigger than State Property's imprint. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm like, yo, but you gotta use 20. You gotta use 20. That's all. That's what it is.
Hold on. So I'm gonna use what you just used basically prior. Before this versus, you probably thought that the Dipset was going to literally wash the Locks, right? I think that's what a lot of people thought.
No, I didn't say wash. So don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say wash. I said don't be surprised if Dipset edges them out.
Oh,
that was my exact
wait a minute.
Word. I said, wait a minute. My exact word was, don't be surprised if Dipset edges out the Locks.
Wait a minute. Here's another thing. Here's another thing, though, right? Y'all mean for something else. Y'all mean for that we're discounting, I guess. I don't know how. But wait a minute. All those songs, y'all mean for the Beans and State Prop was on with Jay-Z that became monster hits that went all around the world. Even when you was in Japan, motherfucker, you still heard them. You know what I mean? You're telling me those songs somehow ain't gonna make a dent?
What's on?
Stats, Jay-Z your man. Jay-Z your man. You telling me those songs ain't gonna make a dent?
But I'm not biased, though, man. All I said was
hold up. Remember also too that Young Chris is a straight ghostwriter too. We gonna hear a lot of shit from him too as well. Like, I think I'm really discounting them niggas.
I'm trying to tell you. And then you can get listen and look at this, right? You can even get Young Chris on new shit. You know what I mean? He had hits with Meek Mill on new shit that went around the world. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What they doing with that?
I think you're not giving. I think you not.
Yeah.
I think you just.
I know when disrespect goes on because I can see it. I know when disrespect happens.
Now this is bias. You just said Chris. You just said Young Chris. I got songs around the world. Chris underneath. Chris got this by Cat Williams.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. So we're telling Young Chris, y'all mean for that had the song with Meek Mill House Party that didn't get played all around the country.
You're told
that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
You're saying you're saying the same.
I got you. I got you.
You're saying the same Cat Williams that was rocking the Dipset chain. The same Cat Williams that was repping the Dipset chain, right? Right?
Same
Cat Williams that got his ass whooped in Philly. Same Cat Williams. You know what I mean? That got kicked and stomped out. That same Cat Williams.
Come on, my dude. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, man. I'm trying to tell you, but listen, this is classic New York. This is classic New York. You know what I mean? We're like, yo, look, I gotta find a way to diss Philly. You know what I mean? No matter who they got. You know what I mean? That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what New York do. I know New York. I know what New York do.
They should have brought out Mate. They should have brought out Mate.
Can I say something? Mark, you keep saying New York bias. You know how crazy that sounds.
But listen. Sean is biased. Listen, wait a minute. Sean is biased. His bias goes all across.
I'm the in between.
Time out. Hold up.
It goes to sports. It goes to movies. It goes to everything. You know what I mean? His bias stretches.
What?
His bias stretches like a motherfucker.
But
Real talk.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
I agree.
don't support
No,
that
look,
team.
look.
I want to brag about
Wait a
that.
minute. His bias stretches
At
like
all.
a motherfucker.
At all.
I agree.
Yo, listen.
I wouldn't have said that on the air.
Even when I talk about Joel Embiid, you know what I mean? He find a way to diss him. I'm just like, damn, you know what I mean? I'm like, is Joel Embiid not an all-NBA player? You know what I mean? He find a way to diss him. I'm just like, come on, man. Give some props somewhere.
I'm gonna give Sean an out.
What out?
I'm gonna give him an out as far as the sports thing. Y'all have the worst fucking sport fans in the universe.
No.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
But yo, all right, go ahead, Stack. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead, Stack.
Hear me out. When you have to root for the Patriots, because you don't want, because I already knew what it was when y'all won that Super Bowl. Y'all got y'all pop your cherry, lost y'all virginity in Super Bowls. I'm like, I gotta hear these motherfuckers for the rest of my fucking life. Everybody was wondering why I was cheering for the Patriots. I'm an NFC East guy. I'm never gonna cheer for Dallas. I'm never gonna cheer for for the Giants, and I'm damn sure not cheering for no Philly in the Super Bowl because you motherfuckers are you're classless. You're not even good winners.
Oh,
I ain't even saying you gotta cheer. I ain't even saying you gotta cheer.
Batteries and your booed Santa Claus.
Hey, listen, I ain't even saying you gotta cheer, but just
70s shit.
give a quick salute, like, yo, man, y'all won. Like, all right.
Fans a few years ago, they was calling the fucking coach and the players at their house. This is recent history. The Santa Claus shit, that's the damn 70s or 80s. Like that shit is like mad old.
I mean, but listen, but it's like I said, it speaks back. Look, listen, anybody I bring up from Philly, anybody, you know what I mean? Yo, Sean finds a way to diss him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just being like, yo, boy, listen, Embiid's an all-NBA player. You know what I mean? You don't give him no props. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, yo, all right, Mark, listen, I'm a Cowboys fan, but you know what? Salute, man, on winning the Super Bowl, respect ball, or something like that. I don't even get that. And we cool. This supposed to be my mans. You know what I mean? For real. I don't get nothing from him. You know what I mean? Yo, Black Thought, one of the best freestylers ever to come out. Oh, no, I don't know about all that. He's going to get named about 10 guys from New York who better. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Stop.
I said Jizzle would give Black Thought one for his money.
You said who?
I knew this was going to happen. I'm standing and just enjoy it.
I said Jizzle. Hold up. Time out. Let's rewind back real quick. All right. Because Rika just said that Dipset should have brought out Cat Williams, and she's correct. Because Cat Williams, I don't know.
Why should he have brought out Cat Williams? I mean, I have to understand this.
Mark, why not? They already losing. Why not? Bring out somebody. Shit, they could have brought out facts.
Tina, you a Cowboys fan too?
Yes. And Tina also made a valid point. Going back, Tina made a valid point. Jewels did make a song with Chris Brown. Chris Brown is one.
Was it good? Was it any good? I don't know what song it is.
Run It.
What song was it?
Run It.
Oh, Run It. Oh, back in the day. All right, gotcha.
He could have played that. So I do.
On the floor. If it is.
Oh, I don't know why.
That's like his first song, right?
Yeah, that was like his first song. That was a minute ago. Yeah, they could have played that. Well, I don't know if would that have worked in Madison Square Garden.
It would have.
Okay, all right. I'll just ask.
But let me first of all, let me just say this. Philly, I love Philly. All right. I just want to throw that out there first and foremost.
Actually, we don't really even need your love right now. Like I kind of feel away.
See?
Oh my goodness, yo. Yeah. Oh, that was cool.
You know what, Sean? I didn't congratulate.
Wait a minute. Let me hear what Sean got to say. Hold up.
I told Mark this earlier. I said, look, man, my father, Philly born, my grandfather was up there. Rest in peace, my grandfather. So there is some lineage there in Philly, right? My Wiz, her family, they're from Philly, Delaware, all of that up there, right? I think Dorchester, all of that, right? So there's definitely love and connective tissue there, right? So And I say this because I do have to come to Philly in a couple of weeks. And I'm gonna be, breaking.
Hey, Tayson, I'm gonna be waiting on him. I'm be waiting on him too. I'm be outside the hotel like Meek and the Goons was for Drake. I'm be outside the hotel.
I'm gonna drink my man Mark. Mark is gonna show me around the city. I'm gonna drink a lot of water so I can take a piss on the side of the Eagles stadium. That's number one. Why not? Right? Because Tayson's brother did that, so why not? Why should
Oh my goodness! Yeah! Wow!
Since y'all coming for me, I'm taking it personal. Tayson Twitter, the T-Air, had a picture of him peeing on the Eagles wall. Now he's an Eagles fan, but he was taking a picture where somebody, pause, took a picture of him peeing on the wall of a mural of the Eagles. So why not? Why should I not do it?
I can't wait for my brother again. Oh, my brother. Oh man.
The more the story.
Y'all want all the praise, and you consistently have no class. Like
no problem.
Man, I'm just saying, just show some love when we do something good. I'll show y'all love.
You know that's not true of me though, Stacks. Like, I'm a very reasonable fan. Like, all jokes aside, I'm a very reasonable fan. Like, cut your shit.
Stacks, I gave your Lakers props when they won the bubble title. Sean dissed them. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, Sean dissed them. You know what I mean? For it. And then Sean is like, well, how many players do they need? I ain't even say no shit like that.
We need them all. Sign more.
You know what I mean? And a couple Philly guys, you know what I mean, were on that title winning team. Shout to Markeith and shout to Dion. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, look, hey man.
What if most of the people we signed are damn near our age?
And shout to Wayne Ellington because he's from the crib. Shout to Wayne Ellington. He's on Lakers now. Shout.
The more the story is, I do not have a problem with Philly. I really don't.
You say that.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
I should not like the Eagles.
Yes,
I don't.
I didn't say you had to like them. Just a salute. Like if Dallas won the Super Bowl, right? I might not be a Dallas fan or Washington fan or a Giants fan, but if I know somebody who is, I'm gonna just give you one of these. Like, all right, cool, and that's it. I'll give you one of them. Like, damn, I can't. But you know what? Wait, Stack. I'm asking Sean to do this, but he won't even say happy birthday to a kid who was happy about having a birthday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no, we don't even know what that kid is doing right now. Sean didn't crush his hopes and dreams. You know what I mean? We don't know what he's doing.
Hey, I'm gonna give it some context, Nick. And I'm glad Mark brought this up. There was a young impressionable kid that saw Sean as a
nice kid.
He said,
"So."
Yeah, you cold-blooded. Oh, that boy cold.
What happened with the kid? What happened with the kid?
The kid who we found out later, he doesn't have a father in the home, and he's kind of drawn to Sean. He sees him around the gym, seeing him doing mad shit, and the kid walks up. He don't know what to say, Sean. He's nervous. He's about to meet his hero. So he said, "Hey man, my birthday's coming up." And Sean was like, "Fuck out of here, dickhead. I'm not birthday. I'm not your pops." So now this kid is probably out robbing people and all kind of shit now, man. I was like, "Fuck out of here, dickhead." I was like, "He's not from Philly." What? He sounded like y'all would sound. He said, "Fuck out of here, dickhead." That's what he said to the kid.
I did not. I did not.
That's not very nice.
Now this kid is probably out there somewhere robbing people's houses because now he has no hope.
Yo, chill out, man. Yo, I was on the phone with Murray.
You're a veteran. You're like.
I was at the gym. Look, it was back day. I was at the gym. It was back day. I was doing lat pulls, and I was on the phone with Merv. The kid came up to me like, "Hey, Sean, today is my birthday." I was like, "Who are you?" And I really didn't know the kid.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
I got my headphones on. I'm vibing out. Talking to Merv, we talking about strategy and everything. I'm doing lap pulls, and the kid coming out of the blue, like, "Yo, today's my birthday, Sean." I'm like,
"Who are you?
What you want me to say?"
You're doing a big one. Who are you?
New York is known for being ruthless, though.
I don't know this kid, so I'm like, I'm like, he think he playing games with me or whatever. I'm like, "Yo, you see me over here working out, right? You know what I mean?" So that's neither here nor there. I went back and see the kid the following day, and I said, "Look, man, happy birthday."
The following day?
Yeah, because I wasn't gonna do it that same day because I had to
You're probably
process
gonna rob
everything.
like 4 people by then.
I had to process everything, but that doesn't make me a bad person. That makes me an internal processor. I don't.
No, the story sounds like this. The story sounds super fucked up. Like, why did you have to mention that it was back day? Like, I don't. What does have to do with so?
Mark, are you hearing this explanation, man? I mean, like,
Hey, listen.
It makes it sound even worse.
Yeah, we all do things that we're not proud of.
But you know what though? I'm gonna say like this, man.
Hey, look. Hold on. Don't try to fall on the sword now. Don't do that.
Hey, Sean sounds like one of these rappers who be like, "Leave me alone." Like, no wonder. Yeah, I mean, Sean might tell you his top 5 list, but for real, you know, LL's at the top of his list because how he did Cannabis. LL vaulted from number 5 to number 1. You know what I mean? Because how he did Cannabis. It had really nothing to do with really his overall career. It's just how he treated this one other rapper. You know what I mean? And that's how he got to number 1 on Sean's list.
Look,
you know what I mean? Just to let you know.
We're not always I'm not proud of that moment. I'm not proud of that moment at all. And I was embarrassed that my friend heard that. I'm embarrassed my friend Merv heard that. I thought my other friends.
Now we go to self-loathing bullshit.
I thought that
that makes it even funnier. The fact that the story came from Merv.
It was a circle of trust that we had, and I think Stacks broke that.
Right, it's my fault. It's my fault you cursed out the fucking kid. You're right. Right.
That is mad funny.
But Stacks broke the code of trust because that was a story that we had internally, and I repent for that. All right.
He repents. Oh my God, this is funny.
I repent for that.
That's hilarious.
I don't think it's genuine. I'm sorry. I don't think it's genuine.
Could you imagine, you know what I mean, for the conversation, you know, that he might have had to have with his daughter? Like, listen, you know, I did something wrong today. I didn't tell kid happy birthday, and he was excited that was his birthday. And then Sean's advice is like, well, listen, if you ever faced with that, you know, the next day you can kick him in the ass again if you want. You know what I'm saying? That's my fatherly advice to you. You know what I mean?
But that was a lesson. But you know what, Mark? That was a lesson learned for that kid because this world is cruel. This world is brutal. You gotta have thick skin.
This world is brutal.
So you just go pile on.
Say something like that.
I do kind of like that theory, man, because I told my sons when they were very little, nobody likes you instead of your family and your friends ain't gonna be your friends. The world is fucked up. And I'm preparing you for a fucked up world. Right before I tell them hell no about everything they ask for, so I can prepare them for those moments. No, you're not getting it. I can. You're not getting it.
Prepare them for the worst. That kid gonna thank me one day. I'm sure. If he
put you on a rap.
Oh well.
I'm kind of with you on this now.
No.
Hey, you seen Blade? You see what Blade told that kid to that lady? Man. He said the world is not sugar coats and candy for you. There's real vampires out there. Blade told them that in part 1. All I'm telling this kid is, look, there's some bloodsuckers out there. Don't be nice to everybody because everybody will be nice to you. You know what I mean? So I hope he learned from that. I learned something from that.
This shit sounds really good, man. I'm sorry, it does.
At the end of the day, I learned something from it. I learned something about myself from it. All right.
Now the bullshit is coming back.
I'm gonna say like this, right? To be honest with you, lately, like, you know, a lot of things been going right, you know, for Sean's hometown Queens. So his head is even bigger than what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, you know, he's a big fan of Raising Kanan. It's his favorite show in Power. You know, because he hates Tariq from the other series. You know what I mean? That's a whole other story anyway. You know what I mean? Well, he thinks Tariq's going to get killed off his own series every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know. But Queens have been doing a lot of winning lately. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Sean is just really riding this wave, and he's just like, "Yo, get out my face, kid. Queens get the money because we winning." You know what I mean? And you're losing. You know what I mean? And we winning, and you're losing. So you know what I mean? Hey, it ain't nothing I can do.
Yo, this is all bad, man. Y'all making me out to be a bad person. When this video about Mark cursing me out earlier today, I never got into it with Mark. Only one time. And that was that. And I apologize to him for that. I apologize to Tayson. I apologize to Stacks. I apologize to everybody because sometimes I'm dealing with some things right now, and this is therapy for me. And I don't want to talk about it, but I don't want to go into that dark space. I'm working through it, and I'm a work in progress. Am I perfect? No, but who's perfect? Right?
What is going on?
Let me stop, man. Yo, good show tonight, everybody, man. Good show tonight. We had a really rocking out show, man.
A lot of energy. Yeah, that was energy. We had more energy than Dipset. I know that.
Wifey said, "Did you apologize?" Your wife said, "Did you apologize?"
Fair question.
Apologize to who? Apologize to who?
The kid that's probably in jail now because you curved him.
Yeah, and I apologize to him. No,
but did you apologize? No, you didn't. It sounds like you said, "Listen, kid, life sucks. Suck it up. Be a man."
When I saw him the next day, I did tell him. I said, "Look, man, I was in my zone, working out and everything. But happy birthday. You know what I mean?" And that was that.
I still $10?
Yeah.
I said no, it was.
And pretty much what Stack said was, look, and this is what he tells his own kids. Listen, I'm in the man cave. I got the remote here. I got my food here. Every answer to your question is no, because you see I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Now, when I move from this spot, I might say yes, but it's probably still going to be no. You know what I'm saying? But you might have a chance, but you don't have a chance when I'm here. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. I was just checking. That's all.
But real talk, Sean does some great work out there with them kids he work with that look up to him and TJ in the gym and stuff like that. I just had to fuck with him on that. But there's a lot of kids that he hoop with. I don't know how he do it at that age, but I can't run up and down the court with them kids. But yeah, he does great work with them kids up there. I just had to put that out there because y'all got it.
Thank you, Stack. See, that's how you give flowers to your brother, man. Because I send Stacks to Mark, these text messages and everything. Say, man, look at this, man. This kid had to show me. This kid had to send me this. They be telling me how great I am in basketball and everything, man. Kids saying they want to be like me when they grow up and things of that nature. Look, I'm just me. I'm just Sean. I'm not here. I told Stacks. I said, man, don't look at me different, man. Because Stacks even told me earlier today. He said, man, you are different. I said, dude, don't look at me like that, man. This is me.
Wow.
This is me, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, at least tell the kid like. Tell the kid stay in school or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, man. Seriously.
Stack said, man, you are built different. I replied. I said, dude, this is Sean.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
See
same emoji right there. Same emoji right there. Same emoji.
For this Queens, for this Queens get the money thing, has really, because Queens on fire right now. So man, it's really Sean's really feeling himself, man.
I don't know what
you definitely took Merv's place tonight.
But it's definitely down.
You did.
You did. I'm humble. No one can take Merv.
You're right, Nick.
Because Merv comes out with his Merv stories, and you kind of got your Sean stories.
But I didn't use any curse words, and I didn't talk like Daffy Duck with a heavy tongue. So that's a difference. Shout out to Merv though, man. Shout out to Merv.
You're so wrong.
Like why?
You're so wrong, man.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm dealing with. Look, man, I got a lot of stuff on my head right now. I'm dealing with right now, so I'm sorry. It's coming out the wrong way. I'm not handling it well, so I apologize. But good show tonight. We start the show out with our homeboy Elijah Rosario. Shout out to Elijah, man. Shout out to this brother. Got some good music coming out. Tayson, thank you for dropping that link on Cute Tayson. Tayson Street Team General, man, be coming through. So thank you, Tayson, for doing that.
No problem.
We already got the commitment from Elijah that he's going to come back with some exclusive joints for us. He has a lot of music that he's cranking up right now. The LP is coming out really soon, so we're really looking forward to that. Shout out to the homie Troy, man, from Blast Music Group. Troy has been a really good collaborator since inception. Since him and I started talking, he started connecting with you guys. I think Troy and I talk like every day now. Troy sent me a random message, say, man, what you thinking over there, man? What you cooking up? and he just always thinking about different things to take this whole thing to a whole different level, man. So shout out to Troy. I actually spoke with Jay Saw today. You guys remember Jay Saw, the rapper?
Yeah.
That actually talked to on Monday. Jay Saw called me earlier today out of the blue, and he has some ideas and he has some things he wanted to talk about. So just being able to connect people like that, man, and just be able to, you know, really just have conversation with these guys and talk about their careers and seeing them at the early stages in their careers is a blessing, man. So I'm really appreciative of that. Shout out to Nick J for hopping on tonight. Troy thought that Nick did a great job last week when she interviewed Jay Saw. And Nick takes the time to really process and digest the music. Troy sent a lot of music by these guys, and Nick took the opportunity to really go in the Blast Music group and start looking at the bios of these guys and really did her homework in such a short time, such a short notice, and was able to come through and really ask some really good questions and really give good feedback. And so Nick, I appreciate you for that, because that's something you didn't have to do. I know Troy, you know, specifically asked for you to do that interview with Elijah, just because of the way you handled yourself with Jay Saw, and the way you was able to really just come back with some really good information with regards to those guys and showing that you care about their music, you care about them as artists, and that means a lot to those artists, and that means a lot to Blast Music Group, and it definitely means a lot to all of us. So definitely salute you, man.
No doubt.
Kicking with us tonight. Shout out to Tayson. Short notice, you know, I told Tayson was posting all day long about the battle and everything. So I'm like, Tayson, man, you wanna hop on tonight? And he was like, I'm already there. So Tayson was already ready to get in with the smoke, man, and just really chop it up with us. So again, man, shout out to Tayson for being able to come in the lineup tonight and do his thing. Tayson gave us 15 points and 5 rebounds, man. That's all we needed tonight from the kids. So appreciate that, homie. Shout out to Mark, man. Shout out to Mark for coming through tonight. I'm glad that he was on one tonight. This was as amped as I've seen Mark in a very long time. Actually, probably the first time. So
I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
It was fun. It was fun, man.
Stacks texted me. I think Mark took 2 shotguns to the nose, man. And those who don't know what 2 shotguns to the nose mean, that's like sneezing coke. He said, man, Mark took 2 shotguns to the nose with him on the show because he's really amped up.
Look at Stack's face.
And
you know what though? I'm not even mad at that because Mark said on a previous episode that I was smoking K2. So I have never forgotten about that.
Mark is a wild dude, man. Mark is a wild dude. But Mark brought the energy tonight. Anytime you don't have Merv on the show, man, you'll always, you know, kind of think about how do you recreate that energy or redirect that energy. And I think everyone did a great job tonight by being able to cover that energy that Merv able to bring to the team. And Stacks, I mean, I have to reevaluate where we are as our friendship is concerned. You shared some things. You shared a personal situation, man. You shared a personal situation. You kind of left me out there to dry when I needed you the most. Especially with Mark and Tayson and Nick coming from my head top with this whole state property thing. You know,
drank the whole bottle.
You know it's BS because you and I
got no worries.
Stacks told me earlier.
I ain't got no worries.
You know how I feel about beans.
Stacks told me earlier. Stacks said, "Man, we about to go at Mark head, man. We're gonna make him quit tonight. We're gonna make him power down." He said, "We're gonna treat Mark. He said we're gonna treat Mark like Death Row Records, man." And I was ready. I was ready.
Oh my god!
And he bailed on the kid. So shout out to Stacks though.
He bailed.
Y'all say he'll diss somebody and then say, "Yo, they cool though. You shot him out."
Yeah, shout out to him. I don't hold no. I don't hold no. I forgive you. I forgive you, Stacks. I forgive you. So let's go, ladies first. Nick, what do you have for us? What do you have?
Shout out to Elijah Rosario. I really do enjoy his music. No, seriously, and it's no cap at all. You know, Blast Music Group, or what is the website? Well, Tayson put it up, but definitely check his music out. Like he's pretty good. Not pretty good. He's good. He's definitely talented. Shout out to Tim's. Shout out to Camouflage Shorts. Shout out to Fitteds. Shout out to the Hood. Oh my goodness. Shout out to that sexy fucking time period in America when niggas was, oh my God, wearing shorts and Timbs in the summertime. That shit is like, you know how like niggas like seeing chicks in stilettos? That's how I feel when I see a man in Timbs. Oh my God. Here goes my cat. All right, cat. Don't beat me up.
That cat.
Not shout out to my cat because he was fucking me up earlier. I got a scratch on my elbow like he was fucking me up for like no reason.
You can't
like,
trust
like,
well, cats gonna cats. So I mean,
yeah.
Hey, Sean, are you thinking about Pet Cemetery or?
Yeah. Mark, that's just good, man. Yeah.
Like really, like shout out to Hood niggas. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Can't get enough of them. I'm looking for one right now, actually, as we speak. Okay, I'm about to get, you know, hood where the hood niggas at. I'm about to go out somewhere, you know, to the hood and find me one. Yes, because cuffing season is about to be, you know, upon us, and I need to replenish the roster. So anyway, shout out to New York and that energy.
All right,
because
there
that
you
shit
go.
was like,
I'll prove that message.
Wow.
Because
of course you do. Of course you do.
Of course you do. Opportunities.
Because it took me back to like it just took me back to like a time period where like it was like, yo, this is like the shit. Like, oh my God, it was just Shout out to thorough niggas across America. We need you. You are appreciated.
So Tay-Son, what do you think, man? I know you wear khakis and slacks. What do you think, man?
No, man, don't get it twisted, yo. I say this to anybody, yo. Don't never get it twisted. Look, my job I ain't always used to be where I'm at. So just keep it buck. Look, I'm from Southwest, born and raised.
I'm gonna do that, Tina.
And look, and look, and I always will say this. I'm gonna end with this. Look. For our viewers, y'all could be anywhere in the world right now, but y'all watching and listening to us right now. So thank you to the viewers for all the support. Keep supporting us. Thank you always.
Absolutely. Stacks, what you got, homie?
Shout out to nostalgia, man. The verses, it just brought back so much from a time where I think all of us are still out there ripping and running, clubbing and all that stuff, man. Like, I mean, it took you back to the do-rags with fitted, with the throwback jersey, with the matching Jordans, the Air Force Ones, the baggy jeans, the headbands, and all that shit. It just took us back, and it made us appreciate. I mean, Dipset flop, but I mean, we still got the memories from when they were on top. Shout out to the Locks, who is proving they're a sustainable rap machine. Shout out to those brothers. Shout out to you all. This is like Sean said, this is therapy, man. We still in the middle of a pandemic, which is getting back worse than what it was when it first started. If you don't got nobody you can turn to and just have times like these, hey, I feel bad for you, but if you don't, you can always tune into the guys because we're gonna have some stuff for you. We're gonna have you laughing, we're gonna have you rocking, we're gonna have you enjoying this music and just enjoying fellowship and things of that nature. So shout out to all of you. I give you all your flowers because I fucks with each and every one of y'all the long way.
All the backstab sometimes. Absolutely. Mark, what you got for us, man? Mark the MVP, man. What you got for us, man?
Yo, I'm trying to tell you this. I knew this was going to be a fun show because we were all talking last night on the thread. You know what I mean? Thanks, Stacks, for putting up the thread. You know what I'm saying? I think we about 400 comments on it. We had 400 comments on that joint. You know what I'm saying? And we're just talking about the battle, you know, as it was going on. But I think
shout out to the cat.
The nostalgia, I think, really meant something. You know what I'm saying? It meant something just seeing them, but I think really what got me is when the Locks pulled out the mixtape stuff, and then you kind of when they went to the mixtape it immediately took me to where I was when I had the mixtape in the car, like, and where I was and where what I was doing that day or whatever, and just how Sean kind of pointed that out, like, look, I'm at Camp Lejeune and this is what happening, and I remember when he posted the picture earlier, like, yo, this is when I was in Japan, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm kind of glad that the battle kind of took us back to those times. You know what I'm saying? Where you could hear the stories from everybody and what they were doing. And you got to understand that's very important, especially to me, because like everywhere I go, and Sean and I were talking about this earlier, I was like, we both been to all 50 states, you know what I mean, in the country, right? And me, I always find myself in the hood of every state I've been in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, because it's just like the realism is there, and you know what I mean, there's good people there, and they kind of do all the same things that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, it might look different. LA might have some palm trees, and you know what I mean, this city might have, you know what I mean, for this, or this city might just have dirt roads. But I'm just like, man, just kind of going back, and we're all connected, and the music definitely connects all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say this. I know they have the tour coming up with Dipset, Locks, and State Property, and I hope Dipset just learned something from this versus, and that Jimmy, Jewels, and Cam, you know what I mean, can get together, whatever differences they have, you know what I'm saying, put that behind you, and then rock out. And then guess what? This ain't a versus now. You know what I mean? The Locks, you on tour with the Locks and State Property, you know what I mean? Those are your brothers on tour. Because when you're on tour or whatever for a long time, God, you know what I mean, the camaraderie, you know what I mean, can happen. So hopefully they can lean on those guys. And just like, with State Prop and Dipset, y'all were label mates at one time, and y'all been on each other's songs, and the Locks been on y'all songs, and y'all been on theirs. So hopefully they could build a nice camaraderie, and they can have a good tour, in those 10 cities. And I'm going to say like this. I know the tour is not coming to Philly or really even near Philly, but if it's coming anywhere near y'all, you know what I'm saying, and y'all, and I'm like, man, it's just like, all right, I'm cool, maybe I could check it out or whatever. Go check it out, and then come back to the guys and just let us know how it was. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let y'all know next month.
And I'm just like, man, I just wanted to be a good show from all of them. You know what I'm saying? So, pray for them brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? That they do their thing next month, and then hopefully when it's over, we can get, because if that tour goes well, then maybe we can get some other stuff, you know what I mean, going on. So, you want to see them do well, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got. Shout to everybody who was on, you know what I mean, for, with us tonight. Shout to everybody in the comments, man. It was a great debate, like it always is, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I mean? Mr. Rosario, keep putting out that good music, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to listen to a couple, but I'm like, I need to get in my bag with you, man. You know what I'm saying? And see what you really got, man. But I'm hearing good vibes over there. You know what I'm saying? Tayson, thanks for jumping on, man. You know what I mean? Really appreciate that. Merv,
No problem.
You know what I mean? Shout to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I like, man, we'll see you, you know what I mean, for us soon again. Nick, you know what I mean? For a pleasure as always. You know what I mean? Thanks for jumping on. Stacks, you know what I mean? My man, 50 grand, y'all, you know what it is. You know what I mean? Sean, you know what I mean? For real,
I like that fitted too, Stacks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? For real, I do too,
I like
man.
that fitted.
You know what I mean? LA.
Oh,
Sean, you know what I mean? For real, my family from New York. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? This is my family, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, like I said, I think he's related to one of the Brooklyn Johnsons. You know what I'm saying? So man, shout to everybody, man. I appreciate everything, man. That's it.
Yo, man, again, shout out to Blackjack TV, Channel 109, Zingo TV. Shout out to Bobby. Shout out to the Blast Music Group, our partners out there. Shout out to Mile High Radio. Those guys support us very heavy. We're also streaming on Mile High Radio. Shout out to Facebook Live. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to the Lullas. They got a show coming up this Sunday. So be looking out for those promos for those guys. Shout out to Tina B.
Love those ladies.
Shout out to Tina B. Shout out to Becca. Shout out to our guy Merv. Like everyone said, man, good show tonight. We switched up the lineup a little bit for different reasons. But we still came together and formed like Voltron and formed like Wu-Tang and still cranked out a good show. The intention was not to go 3 hours, but it felt like it was less than 3 hours. And thank you all for rocking with us. We still got people right now still watching. We're still looking good out there. So we really appreciate that support. Thank you all for the comments tonight. Just want to echo a couple of things that everybody said. Like Mark said, man, you know, we talk like every day. Like, you know, we always conversing, talking about different things. I think Stacks call me every morning around the same exact time, and we're just having conversation about just different things, not just about the pod, but about life. And it's always good to be able to build with people who's like-minded and those who want to be able to see you do well, and also being able to uplift each other without having to use the word "I'm gonna uplift you." That's very powerful. You know what I mean? And that's what we all do. We talk throughout the day about everything. I mean, there are times y'all were able to see some of the threads that we have between myself, you know, Mark, Tayson. You know, sometimes when he's talking about the Tuesday shows, even Tayson hit me up on some stuff. It's just the threads are so authentic, because although we get on camera and we be going each other head in these debates because we have strong opinions and we don't curve our opinion for no one, we still keep it brotherly. And in this case, when we bring her on board as well. But the respect is always there. Although Mark cursed me out the day and dad and bull, you better not come to the Philly. We got people on the roof waiting for you. I know I hope he doesn't mean that, but I don't think he means that. But I don't think there's no malice behind it. But
listen, only me and my guys get to shoot at you. Nobody else.
Yeah, absolutely nobody else. Yeah. I can respect that. I can respect that. Right. I only thing I told Mark is I'm pushing down some steps, and that was it. But
make sure it's a lot of steps, a little bit of steps. Yeah, I mean, for real, I'll still get up. A lot of steps. It's like, oh man, all right.
That's a tumble. That's
like,
like,
help this guy in the stairwell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying my name. He's here. Bye.
Back up. For real. Shout out to Stack's whack ass hat.
Oh wow.
Shout out to everybody out there rocking with us.
Nas for 2 days.
Yes, thank you. I thought I was forget something. King's Disease Part 2. 2 more days. Nick, I heard a very small snippet of a song. You got to go check it out. Just Google. It's a very small snippet. Go check it out. So I'm sure Jay-Z going to drop a whack ass verse on Friday.
Wow.
Something is going to happen.
You knew he was going to say it.
Something's going to happen.
He knew that. Yeah, Shaq knew that was coming. He knew it was
and
coming.
Mark, I do agree with you. Beans is comparable to Jay. Nas said it, Elmore said it, Mark said it, I said it, so it's right.
And all these motherfuckers is bugging. Let's just put that out there.
It's golden. And Stacks, you better duck for cover on Friday, man, because in King's Disease 2 drop, based on what they're talking about already.
I'm telling you,
motherfucking money.
Me, Sean, Mert, we about to get on your nerves. Alima.
It's going to be a wrap. Yeah, you better get ready.
Queens is doing a lot right now, man. Queens is doing a lot right now.
I hope the shit don't flop because I'm coming.
Shout out to Nas.
For real, man.
Oh my goodness.
The GOAT. But yo, thank you all for hopping out tonight. Thank you all for tuning in, for the comments, for all the love and the support. We got so much more coming.
Tina, girl.
Please continue to rock with us. Bear with us. We're coming through. So again, you all, peace, have fun. Merv, be safe out there, brother. I will call you here shortly. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Newports.
It's just pod on the on Apple.
Nas is sexy.
Yes.
Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcast.
Were you saying yes to Nas is sexy?
No, I said yes to Stacks.
Apple
he is sexy.
Android is going to be on there tomorrow. This episode.
Yeah, on Apple. Yeah, thanks, Stacks. And we got other platforms coming as well. So we got a lot of stuff.
Oh, hold on. I want to just leave one other thing too. We're basically over 800 members now too in the group.
We are. Keep that in mind.
Yep. Good
800
deal.
members in the group. Yep.
Good deal. 1,000 is the key. So
and more.
Let's do it. Shout out to Mark. Mark just passed out, so shout out to Mark as well. Thank you all for hopping out tonight, and God bless and good night.
Good night.
Good night.